You ready?
We're ready.
All right. We're ready.
Hello, everyone.
What's going on, guys? Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, wherever you are from.
Mm-hmm.
We are LSH Live. I'm Jeremy.
I'm Macy.
We're muted.
Oh
there
my
we
gosh.
go.
Again.
We're not muted anymore. Just for a brief moment.
You're so bad at that.
What's going on, guys? We are live. What's
Hello,
up?
everyone.
Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever in the world you are from. I'm Jeremy.
I'm Macy.
This is LSH Live. We're going to be doing a little bit of viewer videos tonight. Should be a good time.
Snow again, Michigan.
I got, my stream is not happy with me. Not sure why. No, it shows it there. Oh, maybe it's alright. We get rid of this little thing. I don't know what that is.
What happened?
Look at this little flamey thing around our heads. It's supposed to be a frame, but
Ooh.
it's nice.
I like it.
It is nice.
Hello, everyone.
Fiona, Patty, Charity, what's going on? Bonnie, thanks for the snow. Yeah, I don't know.
It's awful today.
It's so windy today. So windy.
It's awful.
I don't know when we started living in the plains, the prairie.
Weird.
But man, the wind just whips across there.
It was whipping today.
Hey, Barb, Terry.
Too. Ugh. I just want it to be sunny.
I know.
I'm over this weather.
I heard it's supposed to be 51 this weekend, but then it's going to be 30-mile-an-hour winds again. It's going to be really good time. Really good time. I love riding horses when it's windy. They always are so frisky.
Super happy.
So nice.
Super happy. They were all super frisky today.
Yep. Angela's going on. Teresa.
My
what's
test
up?
went really good last night.
Very
I did
good.
a good job.
Very good.
Thank you, everyone.
But you have like 2 more tests to go?
One more. That's it.
One more test? You got a little extra
Pretzel.
pretzel on your lip there.
I got one more test. It's my final exam.
60, 70, what? In North Dakota?
That's crazy.
I thought it was cold in North Dakota. I don't know.
It's warm, I guess.
Never been there? Have no idea? So hopefully you guys enjoyed the counter cannon video.
Yes.
Did that help? Did you try it with
It
your
better.
horses?
You guys better enjoy that. I freeze my booty
We
off.
worked hard for that video. We worked hard to make that happen.
I was like, I went inside because I had my hat on that has the hole on top. You put your butt on top, and it was just full of snow. I had to shake it out. It was awful.
83 degrees in El Paso. See?
Jeez, that's so nice. I would love that.
See? Hey, Allie. What's going on, Don? See, that's the problem, right? You're going to be in Texas. You're going to be in El Paso. It's beautiful.
It is really pretty.
Such a huge advantage to train horses. Such a huge advantage.
It was awful yesterday.
Because not only is it warmer, so the horses just aren't as frisky, right? Aren't as goofy. But you don't have to have an indoor.
Right.
So the ability to build a big arena is so much bigger, right? Because
we have to build an indoor and then insulate it and do all of it,
And really, the widest you can go with indoor, at least with a wood building, with trusses and stuff, is 80.
Yeah.
But if you could go outdoor and you got 100 by 200, 200 by 300,
right.
I mean that's amazing. It's such a huge advantage.
Yeah, Dubs was really good for snowing and everything.
He was.
He was awesome.
He was a good dude.
He's
what
like
a
the
good
best
citizen.
little horse in the world.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and he hasn't been ridden outside much, trained outside much.
Yeah.
Or before he came to us, he'd never really been outside. Places have large snakes.
That's true. That's very true.
Listen to all these Australians. I think everything in Australia tries to kill you. This is what I've heard.
That's what I heard too.
Everything in Australia can kill you. Cold in Florida, 51, 70 this afternoon.
In
that's
Florida?
terrible. Oh, wow.
And tornadoes.
Indoors a must up north, especially Minnesota. Minnesota is bitterly cold.
Yeah, that's freezing.
Bitterly cold. I think it was maybe this last winter or the winter before. People were sending me videos and it was 30 below, 40 below. That's just a normal thing for them. Those people are crazy.
No, thank you.
Minnesota people are crazy. And tornadoes, yeah. We don't get much of those here.
No.
We're in as terms of weather, extreme weather, pretty fortunate.
Yeah, we are pretty fortunate.
But West Michigan though, where we are, we get a lot of lake effect stuff.
Yeah, we do.
So normally, not this winter, but normally in the wintertime, we get 130 some inches of snow.
We do.
So we get a lot of snow normally.
I'm going to invite you to Canada.
It's a hard no on the no ropes. Exactly.
With the
exactly.
Someone indoor at least covered.
Yeah. I can see that. So I would say those Texas arena that have it covered and have the windscreen.
You need those.
That's the dream, right? So if you had half your arena covered and then open on the other side, that'd be awesome.
Yeah. I hate
Dawn,
wind.
I did see Lola's little sister. I did. If you guys don't know,
Oh, I didn't.
it was adorable. Absolutely adorable. Lola's little sister. She's gonna be so cute.
Oh, right there? Mention that right there.
Yes.
Did you breed her down? Or
Look at Lola's little sister. Oh my gosh.
So cute.
Look how good that neck is, right? That top line. I love this body line right here. Big old round hip, good set to her hop. Short little back, tight little package.
Just little boobies.
So adorable.
Aww.
So cute.
Speaking of babies, we bred Marley today.
We did. We got finally a huge follicle.
Yeah, we had like a, what was it?
47?
70.
78 was a black hole. No, it was a 47. I think it was a big old follicle.
It was huge.
Yeah.
I'm really excited though.
Currently riding it since I uploaded a video. Awesome.
Yeah,
very
please
good, Kayla. Please do. I know, right? That thing is so cute.
It is adorable. I just love boobies.
Uh-huh. So cute.
Much.
So hopefully, fingers crossed, we're going to rebreed her again tomorrow.
Yep.
And we'll see how that goes in a couple weeks.
Mm-hmm. I'm really excited.
Very excited about that. Did you end up with any questions over the counter, Ken?
Oh.
Were there any questions about that? Did you struggle with anything? Did you get a chance to try it with your horses? Hopefully, fingers crossed, knock on wood, whatever else we have to do, rain dance. Hopefully, the weather is good enough. We can get outside with Piper and show you guys what that's like.
It'll be nice tomorrow.
I don't know. You never know. It's probably going to snow.
Probably.
Every day this week we woke up, there's been snow on the ground.
I'm like, ah.
Thought we were through this.
Today when we were at the barn, there was like snow sliding off the roof. And it was terrifying.
Ice falling off the roof of the barn.
It was terrifying.
Absolutely terrifying.
It was awful. It was awful.
Mm-hmm.
Are we going to do viewer videos today?
Yes. So we got a bunch of videos. I got them all loaded up already for you guys. We're going to go over some viewer videos of some viewer horses. And we can kind of critique and learn from viewer videos and viewer submissions. What to do, what not to do. How we can make everybody a little bit better. Some better riders, some better horses. Hopefully everybody improves. She's a breeder. She works at the barn with a man. Oh, okay, nice.
Oh, that's awesome.
Nice.
I can't wait to have a baby like that. I'm just going squeeze it, squeeze it, squeeze it.
Always, and that thing's gonna be a monster, and that's the last thing you want with Sharky's baby.
No, I figured if I handle Sharky's baby a lot, then I won't be a monster.
Is that your strategy?
Yeah.
Handle her respectfully.
Gosh.
Mm-hmm. Yes, make her stay in her own space, right?
Do you prefer sit stop or spur stop?
I prefer a sit stop.
Sit stop.
I want to sit down and stop.
Yep.
Right? Because I want, hey Betsy.
Hi, Betsy.
So I do not want my horses when I bring my feet in to stop and shut their legs down. Right? And I think that's been the biggest misconception about a spur stop is like maybe there was a time that we spur stopped our horses, but we didn't have as much lift as we have now. Right? So to me, if you're squeezing your feet to stop your horse, how are you going to get them to round their belly up? Right? And most of the time, with what we're showing you guys about how we use our feet and the things we're trying to do, if you use your feet and your horse stops, then you're going to have a lot of problems, right?
Because that was a good strategy.
I know, I see that. I chose to ignore that.
You're terrible.
So if you squeeze your feet, a lot of the things that we're telling you to do are not going to work because you're going to squeeze your feet and the horse is not going to lift his belly, right? So you have a hard time with that. So I'm out on the spur stop, I think.
Yeah.
I'm out on that because we need to be able to lift that horse's belly, right?
Yeah.
And honestly, I've never had a problem stopping my horse. My horse back's so good today. Perfect, Megan.
That's
very
awesome.
good.
Yeah,
what a difference, right? What a difference. Where if you could go out there and just like spend 3 days on it, your horse would be light in your hands. You'd be able to work his neck much, much better. And that's what you have to remember. Like everything that you're doing with these horses, we're giving you guys new techniques and new things. Hey, Sharon.
Hello.
We're giving you guys new techniques and new things. So having to work through that with your horse, not surprising, right? If you have to work through that and you have to spend some time and get the confusion out of your horse's mind, that's okay, right? It's not all bad. So getting to where your horse is figuring out new ways to learn, never a bad thing.
Right.
Never a bad thing. And as long as you're taking your time and letting him figure it out, that's what I want to see. Right?
Yep.
Awesome.
Totally agree.
Very, very good. But yeah, Megan, so if you guys missed it, Megan is the one whose video we were showcasing for the backing where he froze up.
Yeah, his head way up here.
Yep, and we had to learn how to get out with our hands and come back in and get out and come back in. Just get that one step. One step every time you ask for it. That's the key to it, right? Just one consistent step every time you ask for it. Okay?
Okay.
Very good. Like I said, stop was in debate with someone earlier. Thank you. It makes a lot of sense. Yeah, so it's just going to be a big problem for you. You won't be able to use your feet the way you want to, right? I'm a big believer that you can only do one thing with your feet at a time.
Right.
All right? So I want that one thing to be shape out of my calves, and then if I go to my spur, it's going to be lift. Right? And then if I was going to stop, you could squeeze your feet to stop, as long as you say, whoa. And what you're going to get is a stop that looks like this.
Yeah, a really nice stop.
A really round stop. So I would think that Very good, Dawn.
You loved your horse.
Very good. Do you have video? We want to see. We want to see it.
That's so awesome.
I would think that if you get lift, like you go to your feet and you're loping along, right? So say you're loping along, right? And you go to both your feet and your horse comes this way, puts his feet together, you should have a really round stop ready to do any maneuver you want from there, right? If it was a roll back into a lope off, or it was a turn around the other way into a trot off, whatever it might be, getting that lift is going to be really important for you, right?
Totally.
So I would worry more about that than spur stopping in the beginning, even though you will be able to spur stop your horse.
I even feel like if you're loping and you have your spur on, you drop your spur out, like they're gonna stop. They're gonna stop or go down to like a trot or whatever you were doing.
They should fall down, right?
Yeah.
So remember, our kind of theory about everything is that as you go up gears, you're going less collected to more collected, right? I know, Amber. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. It was the times, right? It was what we knew. So Amber Daniel is one of my old clients. Amber, I might have some old video.
Oh, she's so sweet.
We can pull some old school video of, I think, you and Blake. And
you made them all spur stop?
they spur stopped.
Jeremy.
Yep. I told you I've come a long way.
You have
Come a long way.
You're welcome.
A lot of people have supported me in my journey. I look back now and I'm like, I wouldn't have paid me. There's no way I'd have paid me.
You're terrible. Question for Macy. How do I get distracted?
I did not get distracted when you're doing the walk work. 10 minutes to look for anything else to do. She's got just a one-track mind. When she gets her mind set to something, whew.
I have a hard time changing my mind after something. Like, once I get set on something, it's really hard for me to change my mind.
Yep.
Really, really hard.
It is. I mean, you just walk. But keeping in mind, when Macy's walking, it's not just like cruising around, right? She's not relaxed cruising around. She's like in the zone walking. You are like in direct control of every footstep. Like if you watch Macy walk a horse, they're like not sure if this step is okay to make or not. She gets just in their head when she's walking.
I don't know why I did that.
Yep. Early 2000s way of the world. Absolutely. I think Amber was with me when I was like 2000.
I had a spur step on my horse.
Yeah.
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 My paint horse.
Oh yeah. It was how it was.
Squeeze your feet and you squeeze harder to get them back up.
It was like our new toy. Yeah, you squeeze harder and they just come backwards. Yeah. They kind of rush backwards. And they try to get them forward. They don't. Mm-hmm. Yep. And all of our horses learned to rear. Yeah, that was a lot of fun. But yeah, so it was just kind of the way things were.
Bought new spurs each session in the earlier group from Harris. Received them on mail today. Yay!
Very good.
That's
Very
awesome.
Good. That'll be exciting. You'll like them, I think.
I'm pretty sure they must restock them.
Yeah.
Because in Jackson they bought like all of them out.
Yeah, Harris, they were out.
My
horse been sore in the back and butt, but not lame enough to use his new muscles. So just try to run his fingers on his back and sore. Yes. So how should you go about continuing? If it's so sore to the point where you like can't touch him,
and he like kind of squirrels.
Yep. Then you're probably ready for a couple days off.
Yeah, or that limit bath that we showed you.
Yep, or the limit bath. Yeah. So just kind of keep that in mind. You're going to be using new muscles in your horse. He's going to be getting a little more sore. If he gets too sore, draw it out. Yeah. Massage it. Use a human's massager. Sure. Yep. Anything like that. I fully expect my horse to get a little bit back sore using new muscles like that. So, Mary Grace, if there's a Congress.
You're going to
yes.
this year? Yeah, I think so.
Mm-hmm.
They probably show peanut butter. Peanut butter.
Yep. What type of spurs we use and where can we find them? Let me pull it up and then I'll link it in chat.
How do I not? Well, that's what I mean. How do you stay so dialed in and not pick the horse? I don't know.
I would say probably. Well, that's not it. Mission critical. No, we're not building jet air forces here. Let's try Harris Leather and Saddle Works. We're not buying jets. How about spurs? Let's try that. I would say probably the biggest thing is just a good foundation first. Like you can't take your horse right out of the pasture and be like.
Yeah, I mean, like they have to be quiet.
They're pretty dialed in before you do that. I feel like
you got to be pretty tired too.
Yeah, you're not gonna come out of the box.
No, you gotta like yourself mentally have to be pretty tired.
Yep.
Just kind of focus in on one thing.
Yep. And we're not gonna take. Is that from the vet?
Yeah, it's a semen. Looks pretty good under the microscope.
Go ahead and open it.
I'm trying to get it. I would agree with the numbers.
Okay. There you go. Making Movie Wild. Vet confirmed. Semen looks pretty good on the microscope. Numbers look good. Perfect. 1.8 billion, they said.
All right. Thank you.
Awesome. So let me find Obviously, you don't have to buy the silver ones. Let me see if I can just find work spurs. Work spurs. There we go. I forgot what I was talking about. What was I saying?
Spurs.
Yes.
Going to Color Congress. We talked about it.
We did. We have all those paint horses.
Yeah, we have a lot of paint horses, which is really
These
cool.
are basically the spurs that I ride in. These are it.
Just different rowels.
Different rowels. But these rowels would not get you in trouble either. Right? These rowels, if you have a sensitive sided horse, this is a great like overall spur for you. Very good. I have a hard time reaching because I have short legs. Type of spurs you recommend? It's hard to just definitively say like.
Did we do a video of
we did.
like short legs?
Because there's a lot of factors that go into it, right? It's not just the spur, but it's where your belly hits too. Because you could have a short leg but a short-bodied horse and not have a problem. But you could also have a normal leg and a long-barreled horse and have a big problem, right?
And like, I think the barrels on the horses are so different too. Like, Peanut's barrel is so weird.
Yes.
It like, I don't really know how to explain it. It kind of like pokes, like this is like your leg, and then this is where your heel would go, and your leg kind of like hangs off. Like, you can't really find her belly.
It's like this.
Yeah. She's just kind of like always kind of searching here for her.
But if you rode like our Enzo horse, he's like this.
Yeah.
He's really slab-sided, so you can't ride him off your calves very well.
No, and like some of them are just like big belly.
Yep. Awesome, Hallie. Very good. So I will link this to you guys so you can see it. This is from Harris. We love Harris stuff. Oops, I don't know if that went to you. Okay, Periscope.
Yeah, I did.
Periscope, YouTube, and Facebook. Not checkmark. No check for Facebook. I'll put it directly on Facebook. So this is. Oh, there we go. So I think I posted twice. My bad.
My bad.
You guys get lots of them. So that's my Harris Spurs that I buy. Really like these, and this is a good. Just did, Dawn. Really like these spurs. This is like, so my horses are always sitting on this shank right here, right? Sitting on this shank, and then if I need to, you can roll this rowel up into them.
Jeremy had a really cool idea. He actually made some spurs.
Can't tell them yet.
Why?
Because they're prototype. They're prototype.
Well, you can kind of tell him.
Can't tell them. It's
Jeremy.
prototype. No.
Why?
Prototype. It's coming soon. Hopefully.
You can give him a little.
No.
Why?
No, I can't.
Why, are you afraid they're going to copy?
I don't want somebody to steal it.
Never mind, I guess.
So
Jimmy, you can't just say something and not...
I didn't. You did.
I have to finish
No,
it.
you don't. You don't.
That's me. That's like telling a secret and then not telling them the actual secret.
That's the way the world works.
That's mean.
Like, I'll look at stats of a lot of Spurs. I don't know which ones to use now. So, Mary, I would probably go with something like this, right? So let me save this, and we'll load this up in Photoshop. And I'll show you why I like these.
Do you want a pretzel?
No.
Okay.
I used to sit and munch all day. I used to sit and eat all day long.
I munch. Mushing.
Munching. Type of spur, show spurs. Again, varies depending on the horse, varies depending on the day. Right? Magical spurs give me all the LaRose powers. Here we go.
See, that's what I'm trying to tell you guys, and you won't let me.
I sprinkle some LaRose dust on there, and your horses magically go around for you.
Jeremy, like, that's mean.
No, you were mean. You're being mean, still being mean.
You're being mean.
To our poor viewers. I'm sorry, chat. I'm really sorry.
You needed... Yeah, I'm saying you're sorry I couldn't tell them.
Yeah. I'm really sorry that
need to
Mason's
say
just
that.
rubbing it in. Hey, Danielle. All right, so
My nose is itchy.
the reason why I like these spurs is because your horse is going to comfortably sit on this shank right here.
For sure.
Right? He's going to sit on the shank of the spur. Do you see how the rowel is below the shank? All right? The rowel being below the shank does a lot of favors for you because when you need it, you can rotate this spur up into him. So when you need this shank, you can go, boom, and apply your spur.
Boom.
Right there, boom.
Boom.
Now you're like, you know what? You were sitting on my shank. Now you're being dull. It's time to go to your route. So roll your foot up, bend your ankle, apply spur pressure.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I like about it. So this is maintain your horse's belly right here. This is don't run away from my foot.
Right.
And then when I need more, I go come up on my spur right there.
Yep.
Right? So
like
that's
it.
why I like these spurs. So I can say lift up into the air, or I can say maintain the current height of your belly. Right? Because remember, your horse's barrel, his body is going to be sitting, like if this is my leg. So if we were riding, I'll draw my boot.
Oh, that's good, Jeremy.
It's a good boot.
Your boots aren't red, though.
My artistry for you guys.
Ooh, that's nice.
Is that a good boot?
It's kind of pointy.
Strap.
You got elf shoes.
All right. So here's my horse's belly, right? We'll do a different color for you guys. We'll ride our chestnut mare here.
Oh boy.
Here is chestnut mare belly. Sharky, right there, right? So she's behind my legs, so it'd be like this, right? Chestnut mare belly is going to be sitting right there on my neck of my spurs.
I would say those would be okay to use on a sensitive horse.
100%. Because you have this super dull neck for that belly to sit on, right? And then...
So it's not intimidating.
Yep, it's not intimidating at all. And you can get that horse to just kind of rest against that, right? And that's what I like to see. So if you were to take a line and draw it through your horse's body, we'll use red again. We'll use blue. So remember, here is the line across my horse's belly coming through here, right? If we imagine our spurs are hanging, we'll do it this way. Spurs are hanging right there. I want to think of my spur as maintaining this horse's height off the ground of his belly.
I'm kind of confused. I'm looking at.
Okay. So here's the ground under here. All right, we'll make this brown also.
Okay, this green.
Okay. So here's, green. Okay, yeah.
Grass.
Looking to green. Green grass. Here's the ground. Okay. The blue line is the height of your horse's belly from the ground. Can you picture that?
Okay, so like...
Let me find a horse. Let me find a horse in motion. Okay, here we go. Let's go more in depth. Okay?
Yeah, I'm looking.
So we have... Can't zoom. There we go. We have the green line right here.
That's ground.
Ground.
Yep.
Okay? Then we're going to have... Let me load this so we can see what we're doing. Oh, gotta move it over inside that. Whoa, whoa.
Whoa.
Okay, so we have green line, ground. All right, so go back to the picture of spurs. Too close. Green line, ground.
Okay.
Okay. Let me make us a little smaller. That'd be a little better. So you guys can see what we're doing here. Hold on.
Anyways, while he's doing this.
Yes, hold on. Let me adjust.
We're going to do our subscriber spotlight. So if you guys are on our Patreon page, one of you guys will get a message from us. And then I need a video of your guys' horses so we can feature you on our Instagram page and Facebook.
Okay.
I'm trying to announce something.
I know, I see you make an announcement. This is how I feel every time I'm like, hey guys, if you like this content, feel free to follow and subscribe on YouTube, and you just start talking about something else.
Well, I'm just describing something, Jimmy. Also, it's April 16th, so our merchandise should be here any day.
I wouldn't count too quickly on that one.
Don't tell me that.
All right, so green line, ground, right? We see that right here. Green line, ground.
Yep.
Okay? So now, if blue line is the height of our horse's belly from the ground, okay? So blue line, height of our horse's belly. Okay?
Yep.
Your job with your shank and your route is to make sure that this blue line goes like this,
right,
and not like this.
That. Okay, that makes more sense.
Does that make more sense?
Yep.
Okay, so if we go to our spurs, we look at our spurs. That means that our horse's belly is going to be comfortably sitting, let me do yellow, right here.
Right, that makes sense. Yep.
Does that make sense?
Yep.
So comfortably sitting right there. That is not intimidating whatsoever.
Yep.
What that means is that as my spur sits against this horse's side, right? So my spur just kind of resting right there, comfortably sitting on the shank of my spur, right? When I go to my rowel, I can pick that horse's belly up.
Right, that makes sense.
That's what I want to be able to do. And then I can just keep squeezing with my calves. See, I drop my rowel out, right? And let that horse's belly stay up, okay? So we're going to be bringing, if you can imagine, we're going to take our spur, okay? We're going to rotate this up. Look, belly comes up.
I see that.
See that?
Yep.
So we're going to bring that horse's belly up. So we would be bringing this blue line when we bring our shanks up into him. Bring the shank of our spur. Let me get on the right thing here. Shank of our spur, instead of being angled like this, right? We're going to rotate our foot off our stirrups. We're going to bring that horse's belly up.
That makes more sense.
Okay? So then you would be increasing the height of this horse's belly from the ground. So we want to take our horse and do this with it. Right? Now that horse's belly comes higher and higher and higher off the ground.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, it makes sense.
So that's why I like these spurs, especially for sensitive sided horses, because you're going to be bringing the height of this horse's belly, this blue line, you're going to be bringing that further up here.
Up there.
Right? So now that blue line of the belly, that doesn't lie. Blue line of the belly up here.
Okay.
Right? And now our horse's belly that was previously there is now going to be here.
Okay. Okay. That makes more sense.
So your horse can be comfortably sitting on your shank of this spur, not very intimidating. You're going to roll that belly up, bring the horse's belly up.
Right.
That's why I like it. I'm training my students' horse doesn't like spurs anymore because the owner would jab and draw blood when he's not being more aggressive.
Oh, that's not good.
And I don't know what to do. Yep. So first, you're going to have to get your owner to be a better rider.
Yep.
Right? The owner's got to be a better rider. Got to learn how to wrap and squeeze. Right? So when we have clients ride, one of the very first things that we're going to do is learn how to make good entrances with our hands and good entrances with our feet. Okay? So that we're not surprising our horses.
Right.
One of the very first things that we're going to do. Okay? Because if you come in and you surprise, can I have your leg?
Yep.
I don't want to mess up your pretzel operation here. If this is my horse's belly.
Whoa.
Okay?
Whoa.
Here's my horse's belly. I want to learn from my riders how to come in and wrap and hold. Right? So this is
nice.
my upper leg, right? Upper leg, I'm sitting up here. Wrap my calves, my thighs, my calves, wrap my calves, wrap my calves and apply my calves. So wrap my calves and apply my heels, right? And squeeze my spurs. And just hold. Just maintain solid pressure. All right? Two things have to happen. One, your rider's got to be good enough to do that. And two, your horse has got to learn how to accept and tolerate steady pressure. Right? So I want to be able to come in, squeeze both sides, and just hold that pressure. Right? And I want my riders to be able to follow their horse's sides with just the same amount of pressure. Right? So if she were jogging, right, your riders are probably going to be doing this all over the place. Right? It's very confusing for your horse. I want my riders to learn how to just do this and follow that horse's sides and then be able to apply pressure and wrap their spurs. Right? So they can wrap their spurs, they stay following that horse's belly.
It's nice.
This is nice, right?
Nice.
This is not surprising or confusing at all, right?
Nope.
Good. And then just take that pressure away. And then be jogging along, apply pressure, and hold. Right? So it's just a nice hug. Just a nice hug for your belly.
It is a nice hug.
It's a nice, warm, friendly hug, right? So you come here, release our feet, wrap your feet.
Why my legs spur so much.
Yeah. Release your feet, wrap your feet. All right? And that's at the jog. All right? I'm going to do it at the walk, I'm going to do it at the jog. Now when we start loping, we're going to start loping, right? My riders have to learn how to get their legs under control, right? Be good enough riders that you can hold that horse's sides and move with them, right? Because then you can wrap your feet and just hold. Hold those horses on your calves right there. We're loping through, right? So we're loping through. We can release. We can hold. We can come in, release, hold, and I'll work with my riders to where we'll hold for 3 strides, drop out for 3 strides.
Oh, yeah.
Hold for 4 strides, drop out for 4 strides. Right? Hold for 5, drop out for 5. Because as a rider, that's going to get you focused more on, am I paying attention to how many strides is my horse taking?
Are you done with my leg?
I'm done with your leg.
Okay,
Thank you. So I'm going to have how many, like, I'm paying attention to my horse's stride, my horse's rhythm. That was right in the way.
I know, I took it down.
Paying attention to my horse's stride and rhythm, and we're starting to count strides. My rider's got to be able to count strides, right? So especially if they're going to go into do more advanced classes like Western riding or trail, you've got to be able to count strides. If you're not thinking about your horse in terms of his strides, his stride length, right? Staying connected all the way through that horse's stride, then I want to know, right? So that's one thing that my riders have to be able to do. We got to be able to ride connected with our horse. Got to be able to have good feel, good timing. Okay? The better feel and timing you have as a rider, the better you can communicate with your horse. The less likely he is to run away in the class. And it's that simple, right? If you are a good rider with good feel and timing through your feet, your horse is going to be much less likely to run away in the class.
Right.
Okay?
This
Awesome.
one, I have a white paint from Monday with drawings.
Went with the draw rein the second day working on day 11. My question is how much contact should I have with his mouth? In my mind, I should have none, but I don't want to assume. I've lowered my hands to give him a chance to come down, but at what point do I apply pressure or tighten my reins? Instead of him being above the bit, or do I continue to let him figure it out? How much rein do I give him? So I think you're talking about the Dubs video.
No, she has the white paint marks.
Yeah. But she's working on day 11. Our video from Dubs. Day 11.
No,
Yep.
she had...
Oh, she's talking about the video from day 11. Okay, yeah. I'm with you. So how much contact should I have with his mouth? In my mind, I should know. Contact on one side. I think so. I want to have one side contact and the other side bump to allow him to drop down.
Right.
All right. You don't want to do none, because when you have none, he's not going to learn to accept the pressure, right? Which is some of it. He's got to learn to accept the pressure too.
Right.
So he's got to learn to take the pressure and accept the pressure and sit on the pressure. And I have a couple videos tonight that we're going to go over that. Like horses that float above the bit, right? And how to get down. So we'll talk about it more tonight when we go into videos. But I would say you're going to want, like, we work on getting tight with our reins.
Yeah, we do.
Like if we start our colts with our hands out here and kind of loose with the reins. We work on tightening up until we make the frame we're looking for.
Right.
And then we work on loosen up until you're on drape again. Right?
Yep.
So remember, your horse is always going to start out long and out here and stiff and straight.
Yep.
We're going to loosen him up, tighten him up, and then put him back out and down where he used to be with that new frame in mind. Right? So we're going to teach him the frame, teach him how to use his body, and then help him hold his hand a little bit while he learns why he has to hold it on his own. And then leave him alone. Right? And that should be our loose rein show horse.
When I push my horse turns around and bites me.
Keep the pressure on until she accepts it. Yep. And my Piper horse is going to do the same thing. So you're going to apply that foot. That horse is going to reach around, try to bite you. It's very important that you don't kick with that foot.
Yeah.
All right? Her biting you is her telling you, I feel you.
Yeah.
I feel you and I don't like it.
Right.
Right? So what you have to do is teach her that you're going to feel it and you're going to learn to accept it.
Yep.
Right? And the only way you're going to do that is by doing it a lot.
Yep.
So the horse gets comfortable with it, and by being fair and honest with your release.
Right.
So as long as you're not getting into that horse and making it uncomfortable or giving her a reason to be mad about it, right? She's going to have to just work through that on her own. Right?
As long as you stay there
Yep.
and don't get aggressive, you should be fine.
So what I would do is I would say keep pressure on your outside rein.
Yep.
Right? So like we pull our horse's head around to push her hip around, right? Let's move that. Pull our horse's head around and push her hip around. So if we're pulling and we're pushing our horse's hip around and they're reaching back and they're biting us over here, then I'm going to keep a little more contact over here to keep her head a little more squared up. Make sense?
Yep.
If my horse doesn't move, you have the leg on this side to tap with. Okay? So whenever I have a horse that I put that spur on, they just go into lockdown mode and they're not trying anything.
You can tap right here.
You can tap this side and they'll get mad and they'll go, oh, fine, and they'll move over. Right? So rather than holding this over here and getting aggressive out of this foot, which she's already mad about, you can come tap this side and they'll be kind of confused about it. They won't really be able to evade that. Right? And they'll probably step through the way you want them to, because then that rib can't fly away over there.
Right.
Yep. So good question.
Want to do some horses?
Yeah, let's do some horses. Let's do some videos. We'll kind of figure out where we get started.
You downloaded all of them?
I downloaded some, yes. And I have some just loaded up.
Perfect. Do you want to start with videos, or do you want to start?
Let's start with a video and we'll go from there. Sound good?
And we can use them all?
What's that?
We can use all the videos?
Yeah, I believe so. If not, people can holler at me, yell at me after the stream.
I want
Be
to go
upset
to
me.
the stream real quick.
Yes. So you guys can be mad at me afterwards privately. That's fine. I can take it. I'm a big boy. All right. So now we have a horse here. I really like this horse, right? So this is indirect turn. It's a little busy with her hands, right? But I like the indirect turn. I like the way she's doing it, right? We're trying to get, so indirect turns. We haven't really talked about it much on the videos since we started going live in quarantine, right?
But we have a lot more Patreon pages.
That's going to be stepping, so she was turning to the right, coming around. So that's going to be stepping this right leg back, left leg around.
Right.
All right? So horse is here. We're going to bring right leg back, left leg around.
Right.
Okay? So that's how we want to get our horse to move around. So here, that's what we're looking for.
Right.
Indirect turn. The reason for doing this is if we have our horse who has an outside front that wants to get away from us out here, we can continue backing that off and teach our horse to split, then we load out of that.
Yep, and they can stand on their outside front then.
They're going to be standing over here. You got it. So we can make some lift out of the outside, and we can work on getting that horse trapped up between our feet, right? So just scissored up between our spurs, a little bit more bellied up to us. That's what we're looking for. So indirect turn, you can see that. We're looking for this right front step back, left around. Perfect. A little long, and see her hit herself, right? Good. A little unclean, and then she lost her hip, right? So where is this horse's weight right now? In this very moment. Front end. Where? Which one? Left or right?
Right.
Right. Yep. We can see that.
I got it.
We can see that, right? If she was pivoting around in the very beginning, weight is on right hind. That's where we want it. Oh, we lost it. Where did it go? Right front.
Right front.
So see now when she goes to step off, right? Horse steps off right front, right front, right front,
Yep.
right front, right front.
Yep.
Trying to step forward.
Right.
Right? Now, what I really like about this, and I don't want to beat up on this horse and the rider too much because she's doing a great job.
Yeah, she is.
Horse looks really
Yeah.
good. The only thing we're missing is this neck.
Right.
This is the only thing we're missing.
Right.
Right? Because I like that she's in training mode here.
Right.
She's working. Right? We've been handling this horse the whole time through this loping around. Right? We got our hands lower. We're working. We got our feet close by. She's staying really connected. She's staying really quiet up there. Mare's trying to drive her legs through. I like it. I like it. I like it. Because she could set this horse down and see what I got.
Yeah.
Right? So she's working. She's staying in through the stride until she kind of likes the stride she's got.
Right.
And then she can put it down and say, well, how's that go? Oh, that's better.
That's much better.
Right? And remember, that's the difference, right? We're not chasing this look.
Right.
We're not going to chase this look.
Right.
We're going to work
You can really see on the stream.
in something that doesn't really look like that, right? And we're going to get to where we can set it down and it goes around.
Right.
All right?
Yep.
Let me move us again. I'm just going to have to leave the frame. Just going to have to disappear.
No, Jeremy.
Make it a little smaller.
There you go. That's better.
Okay, so I like that she's working on a loping position. She's
Right.
trying to get there, right? And so that when she sets her down, the mare carries herself.
Right.
So this, when you take a hold and you start working, needs to be a higher degree of difficulty.
Cute horse.
Very cute horse. Higher degree of difficulty than when you put it down.
Right.
All right? As long as you're working towards a higher degree of difficulty, when you put it down, that horse should be able to carry itself.
Right.
Get out of here, right, Thon? You guys are in the way.
There we are.
There we go. Now, we set her down. She got a little bit jumpy on the outside front.
Yep.
All right? So this
Cute
would
horse,
be a stop and indirect turn for me. Very cute horse. Perfect. See? Right there. On cue.
On cue.
It's like I'm giving a lesson, right? That's what I want to see, right? I want to see riders that understand. Now, maybe a little bit long on the correction. Could have come a little bit faster, right? Could have come a little bit sooner. So where's the horse's weight? She felt it up front. She felt it heavy in her hand. She got back her off. Should be another indirect. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. This
On the money.
This is a believer right here. I love it. This is Team LSH. Now, do you see that right there? Our horse stepped on herself, right? Why would our horse step on herself? Why do we think? Why do we think that would happen? All right?
Let me think.
You guys in the chat can answer too. Why do you think that horse would step on itself up front? And what would you do about it?
Okay, what I would do if a horse stepped on itself, I would think it's getting too much right up front and it's clipping itself. So I'd back it up and put it on his butt and turn it again. Because obviously when you're stepping up and you're stepping long, like this shoulder's stepping long and this shoulder's coming to step over, but this shoulder's in the way, so they hit it.
Money.
Oh yeah,
Money.
up top.
Money. Perfect. So we could say right there that the reason why that horse is stepping long and stepping on itself is because this outside front is too far forward, right? Because this leg's coming around and we have stepped on ourselves, right? We have crashed into ourselves.
I think I deserve an LSH sweatshirt.
It's just part of the team now. It's part of the team, right? So it's actually, Becca, the opposite. That horse is going long on the
Too
leg
long.
we're trying to fix,
Yep.
right? So if you think about, we're asking that horse to come here and here, right? That horse got to come back and around. That horse went out here and then plunk,
Yeah.
ran into it, right? So what would you do about it?
Back it up.
Do more.
I'd back up and then ask again.
Do more, right? So that horse is not rocking back the way it's supposed
Or you
to.
could side pass it.
You could, but that's not going to necessarily bring this leg back.
That's true.
Mm-hmm.
What? So backing.
Backing, yep. Back and turn again,
Yep.
right? If that horse is hitting its feet, I'm going to let it.
Yep.
All right? That is some instant karma to figure out, well, you get that leg back, that won't happen. Well, I'm just saying, right? And that's what we're saying. Like, we're not going to dictate to that horse
Right.
where to put his feet.
Right.
That horse will figure it out if we give him the opportunity to, right? So remember I said it was that outside front stepping long. Okay, so we'll back this up. So the blue wrap, right? The blue wrap right here. We're going to be paying attention to this blue wrap leg right here. This is the one we're talking about. Let me go red.
Half back, half turn, half back, half turn.
Bingo.
Perfect.
Bingo. Yep. So right here, this blue leg right here. Okay?
Yep.
If this leg stays long, when this one comes around,
It's gonna hit it.
Whack. We smack it, right? What an indirect turn should look like is this leg steps back, right? Right front, this one. Let me just cut it. We're gonna go, this leg needs to come under, like that. Make sense?
Yep.
That leg's gonna come back, so the other one can swing around. All right? So what should happen then is that the other leg, this leg can swing, oops, let me go brush. This leg can swing around it.
And then puts weight there, and then they can hold the ground longer. Right?
Which is gonna make this horse draw around, up and back. Right through there.
Up and back.
Up and back.
Up and back.
Yep. So that's what we're going for, right? So we can watch this video and we could say, okay, backing up is great. Boom, step back, around, long.
I think we're frozen.
No. I don't know. Who knows? That's your phone. Right? Long, around, ouch, right? So we come around there, around, around, long, ouch, back, around, right? Very good, very good. So now, the only thing that confused me about this is, if we are coming through there, I don't know why it's frozen. Nobody say anything in the chat? It must be fine. For a few we were, yeah. I don't know. Streamlabs is having some trouble today.
I guess so.
You're freezing. She can hear us. We are freezing, but the video's still playing, correct? I believe so. Who knows? Yeah, the video's still going.
Jimmy, that's not good freeze faces for us. Almost like...
Check your phone. Check this. See what happened. Because your phone went to sleep.
My phone was sleeping?
Phone's sleeping. Your phone went night-night.
Ridiculous. Is it on now?
No. It's froze up. Done froze it up.
No, Rocky.
All right. So we still have no Yeti Mike. No Yeti.
You bet Yeti broke.
No Yeti. Okay, so let's do this then. Flip this around. Make sure they can hear us. So, do we have sound?
Can you guys hear us?
Thumbs up for sound, thumbs down for sound. Not sure why my Yeti died. Did you unplug it?
Yeah. We can hear. We can hear and see.
All right,
yeah.
perfect.
Woo, woo.
Okay, so Yeti died.
What happened?
Don't know. Yeti died, but that's okay.
That's okay. Rest in peace.
Everybody mourn the Yeti. Maybe. Yeah. Yeti dead.
Why did it break?
Don't know. Just
It
quit.
doesn't
They
go
quit
anywhere.
early.
It doesn't
So
go
no.
anywhere.
No such luck.
Maybe the coronavirus got it.
Horse is paused. Yes, horse is paused. Horse is back in motion now. Right. All right.
Good. Okay. Sorry, guys.
Okay. So we can just do audio off the phone. That's okay.
That's fine. We're not outside or anything.
Go back to where we were. Where were we? Right here. Okay. So we were loping off. All right.
We're talking about outside front.
So we were outside fronting, right, and we were stepping ourselves. And now we're coming around here. The only thing I don't like about this is that we push our hip around and we kind of undo that indirect turn. Right? It is not essential. Yet he says,
Yeah.
I quit. We are government shut down.
The government shut down.
Yeti's on strike.
I'm just gonna start protesting.
But I really like that lope off. Right?
I'm
So a
sorry.
much better lope off than the last one we had. So right here, we're coming through. Also notice how it didn't take that horse as long to set up to lope off. Right? So right here, better.
Much
better.
better.
See that leg, that outside front did not step off nearly as far.
Right.
And then that horse started to like hunt his neck down.
Right, yeah.
Right? Started to kind of drop in and find itself right through there. So there. So now we got some more step behind. We got some more skip behind. So this is probably a better look when she sets this horse down.
I feel like we need
Right.
to whip this up a little bit.
Don't touch it. It's gonna be mad. You're gonna make it so mad again. Now.
Oh.
See? I told you. Told you. It's very precariously balanced right there. All right. So now, right here, she can set this horse down.
Whoa.
It might be okay. Might be okay. So I like that she's work, school this down. She's trying to get this neck down. I would want him to just pop right up.
Yeah.
But I like this set down, right? Look how much better this horse looks here than she did a little bit ago.
Yeah, for sure.
Right? Now you don't have that outside front jumping forward as nearly as far.
No,
And look,
no.
she can kind of like trust it. She says,
Yeah.
oh, this feels pretty good. She can pitch those reins out there and go, hey,
It's really nice up
that's
front.
kind of showable, right? Really like this, kind of showable. Okay? So I like that. That's a much better turn. So getting that turn, just doing more of those, like I would say that this horse right there didn't need much of anything more than just more of what she's doing, right? Just more in general of what she's doing. So we're gonna come back here, we're gonna turn. Horse is still kind of long out here. You'll know because that horse steps a little bit heavy and a little bit not fluid. So they're just pushing out on her. So you might back up right there.
Yeah.
Right? You might say, hey, get your weight back and let's try this turn again. Because I don't want to finish with that much bend in my neck.
Okay.
Right? I don't want to finish that much bend. But then I say I don't like the hip run move after this.
No.
Right? I think that hip is going to come too far over then. And we kind of see that when she came around the first time where she loped off and that hip kind of shot sideways.
Yep.
I think if you're getting a lot of sideways in your hip, then you're going to have a hard time loping off.
Right, for
Because
sure.
the horse is going to want to travel sideways instead of up.
Right.
Right? So here I'm keeping my right leg a little closer.
Should probably tap her left leg.
Keeping my right leg a little closer. See that? She just laughed right there. That horse just walked off. No, not going to work for me. Right? Super cute jogger though.
Yeah. Really nice one.
Yep.
Yeah,
But you can
good.
see here while it's jogging, you see that outside front want to step forward, right? Want the outside front to step forward, but really better jogging here. Much better. Okay? So the biggest thing this horse needs, biggest thing we need, is we have got to take this horse, put it here,
Put it here.
and we need to see this line right here? This is our top line, right there. That's the piece we're always worried about, right? This piece has to be lower than this piece. All right? So here's our horse's back. There's our pole. So you can imagine when she takes that pole and she rotates it down, if we get this mare to rotate right there in her neck, drop this neck down, rotate.
That's nice.
Nice horse.
Yeah, for sure.
Nice horse.
Nice horse.
See how that works, guys? Drop the neck down, rotate.
Yep.
Now we have Nice and round. Let's deselect. Nice round horse.
Nice round horse. Yep.
Drop them off, both ends, right? If you could drop this horse off on both ends, then this horse would stay locked in and she wouldn't have to babysit so much with her hands, right? The other piece that, in order to get that to happen, she got to lower her hands down, right? Because now look at the line that this is going to make from the horse's mouth, right here with the bit, through her leg.
Right.
So where should her hands be? Right here.
Down by her legs, yep.
Yep, down here. She's got to drop her hands down. Because if she got her hands high and she's trying to get that horse to drop his neck down, she's going to have a little bit harder time, right? This is why we drop our hands wide and low, right? So that this horse can drop her neck down and we can get that nice break in our withers, right? That would solve so many of the issues that she's running into if this neck would just drop and rotate, right? Because then she could drop and rotate right here, right through there, drop and rotate. I can do a better line. Drop and rotate. This is free to come up under here. This is free to drop down. So all this can lift up and back.
Right.
Okay? Perfect. So you're always trying to get this horse to drop here. Oops, I can draw a line. Drop, drop, and lift, lift.
Right.
Right? Everything coming up in the middle, everything down in the ends. Right? Dropping that hip around lets this hock step all the way through. So we get this nice drop, roll, tuck.
Right.
That's what we want.
Yep.
Yep. So our horse should make a little loop right there. So our horse should just come here, loop, around. Oops. Loop. Like that.
That's perfect.
Perfect. Okay. Very good.
Super nice horse.
Need to watch your other videos. I was always told for the most part your hands shouldn't be low as they can brace and fall on their forehand. They could, but if our horse braced and pushed on our hands and made us close our hands, we're going to back it off. Right? Because if its horse is trying to fall on its forehand, right, we are trying to teach these horses that you can stand up in your shoulders and still have your neck down. Right? If you don't call the mistake out of these shoulders, if you don't back up and call the mistake and back these shoulders up, right, then, yeah, absolutely, it's going to pull through you.
Yep, for sure.
Yep. But we want to get this neck to where when we shuffle wide, it stays down. And then I just want to like work my horse there. Because like she was working, and I like that. Right? She was working on this horse the whole way through that lope line. She's working here. But see that slack in her reins?
Yep.
That's disconnect to me. So she's getting disconnected. Hey, Sandy.
Hello.
She's getting disconnected in this horse's neck. She's not riding slack, flop, 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 floppy reins. Right? So that says I don't have a hold of her. She's above the bit. Right? This horse getting her neck above the bit is a big problem.
Yep.
Okay? Because in this problem, like if you're going to say, well, this horse would have a problem getting on the forehand, well, now she has a problem evading the bit. Right? So I'm going to teach this horse to stay down her neck so she can't get her neck above this bit. So right now the reins, I don't know if you can see them, the reins are currently slack all the way up to here.
Right. Yep.
Right? And they're just kind of flipping around and bouncing around. So this line of communication, instead of it being, if this horse's neck is down, it would be like, boom. Right? Instead of being like solid communication, it feels and looks a lot like this to the horse. Right?
Yeah.
It's just like this low and you got to think like if you're trying to make a horse consistent and rhythmic, we've got to ride consistently and rhythmically.
Yep.
Right? Because if you can't be consistent and rhythmic with your hands and your feet, then there's no way your horse can be consistent and rhythmic. So to me, tightening up the reins is a way to take all this bounce out of there, right? That you won't have nearly as much bounce and inconsistency in the way you're communicating to this horse, right? So if you could think of like if your horse was down in its neck right here, then your reins would make a solid line to your hands, right? And you think of that line of communication would be like, okay, I'm going to set my horse down, right? So this is our ride. Our horse is loping right now. We set it down, and now I'm going to get in, out, in, out, in, out, in, out, in.
It's like hospital lines.
yeah, absolutely. That's the beat of my ride. That's the heartbeat of my ride right there, right? But if we don't have that baseline, like solid contact with that horse is in our hands, and it makes that solid pressure, that solid tension on the reins, right? Where that horse is just sitting in the reins right there. Then that communication, that line of communication, instead of being like this, like we're out right here, she's going to start like this. She's going to start out. She's riding, she's riding, she's riding. Then she's going to get in. right? And it just kind of looks like that,
Yeah.
right? And we're just kind of all over the place.
Right.
So I would much rather have a horse that I'm riding tighter reined, right? I've built up that ability to ride tight reined, and I can get in, help this horse out, get out, help this horse out, get out, help this horse out, get out, right? And that's going to be just working those fingers, right? Just this, just close, because if you're tighter reined, this means a lot to your horse, right? And you can see where when she's riding, she's having to use a lot of this right through here. I'll use a different color. She's having to use a lot of this right here, and this hand just has to keep doing this all the time.
Right.
It's constantly jigging and working and jigging and working and jigging and working and jigging and working. Right? And that's what our line of communication looks like. Versus my line of communication would be hands down right here, and then I just sit this.
Right.
That's all you get. That's the only thing that's moving.
Right.
And if that horse goes to pull the reins out of my hands, we're going to stop and back up.
Right. Yep.
Make sense?
Yep.
Otherwise, we end up here. We're kind of just like working our wrists. We work our elbows. We work our wrists. We work our elbows. And we're just moving around a lot.
Right. Like Justin said. So if you have a
Yeah,
horse
Megan,
that does,
exactly right. Exactly right.
If you have a horse that does fall on its front end, with having your hands low, would you stop, back the horse up, and lope off again?
Most likely stop, back, turn, or side pass and lope off. Yes. Because you got to think, if that horse falls on its front end with your hands low, it lost its balance. That's all that happened. That horse pulls on your reins, it lost its balance.
Yeah.
So I'm going to back that off. I'm going to rebalance it through some maneuver, whether it's a turn, a rollback, a side pass, whatever. Stand it back up, rebalance it, and then say, hey, go ahead and pop up from here. Let's try loping again, right? And as long as they stay up, I'm good, right? As long as they don't pull too hard on my hands, I'm good. When they go to root on me, or they speed up and they fall down and they fall on their shoulders, stop, back, reset, lope again, right? So that horse learns to do this all the time and carry itself with good posture. It literally, what you're teaching this horse literally is posture, right? We're teaching this horse to stay postured.
I need better posture.
Right? So you can imagine, anytime that Macy's posture falls down, I'm going to be here as a rider to say, hey, roll up, roll back, stay up. Nope, roll up, roll back, roll up, roll back, right? And what I have to do is, it's the equivalent of, I'm going to roll her up and back, and then I'm going to make her run a lap, right? She's going to have to get up and do a couple push-ups, right? And then when she's going to fall down again, I'm going to say, hey, get up, roll your shoulders back, do a couple push-ups, and try again. And eventually, give it enough time, give enough repetition, she's going to learn to sit here with you guys, just like this, with great posture.
I don't know.
Eventually, maybe. If not, we could just say, well, Macy doesn't have her heart in this. She doesn't
I do.
she doesn't have her heart in good posture land.
Okay.
She's never going to be a good postured show mare. Yep.
I'm taller than you when I sit like this.
It's long neck. Swan neck. So pretty.
Terrible.
It's a long neck.
Do not.
Long neck. That's what we're looking for. Try to count care for a second time today.
Down? Does it tie in nice?
It does. Ties in really good. We tried count care for a second time today. We did it. Awesome. Very good, Mallory. Good to hear it. And that's the thing. Like, you might not get it the first time, but as long as you're working towards it, you're getting more comfortable with it. That's what you want to look for, right? Are you winning the long game with that horse, right? So going back to the discussion about long versus short reins, right? You go here and you watch this. Look at all this movement. See all that?
Yep.
Like, that hand's moving around a lot. The elbows are coming off. Like, there's not going to be much consistency there. Now, this mare looks great.
Yeah.
Right? If you drop that neck down, that mare's going to be awesome.
Yeah, that's a really nice horse.
Super nice horse. Right? So that's what I want to see. But getting that horse's drop down, so his hands just got to go lower.
Also, how can I get a steadier foot? I feel like when my feet keep bumping him, do I need to keep pressure on him?
Yeah, we talked about that before you got on, Mallory. So learning how to get steady through your leg. Like, you can see this rider too, really steady.
Yeah, super steady.
Super steady.
Yeah,
leg.
keeps the heel down, keeps your calf around him.
Yep. So this is a really soft, consistent leg. And we talked before about, if you're working on your horse, and you have to think about what you're trying to create is a rhythmic, consistent horse. When you ride, you have to ride rhythmically and consistency, right? Consistently, right?
I was just foaming with it.
Right? So coming through, you've got to have rhythm and consistency with the way you're riding, or that horse is not going to be rhythmic and consistent. So when, like, I like the way that she comes here and she says, like, okay, I'm just going to work my hands real quiet here. We're going to give this horse a shape, and she's going to come back off, right? I like that about the way she rides.
Yep.
Okay. I just want to say, hey, let's get a little bit more rhythmic Because see how these hands just kind of bumping all over?
Yep.
I like that she's like working, but I don't want to be like swimming up there, right? Pedaling.
Yep.
See how her hands kind of getting this little like
just get in and then get out.
Yep. Take a hold. And this would help if she was a little tighter reined, because she's kind of trapped right here against her body.
Yep.
Right? So if she's a little tighter reined, she could take a hold a little deeper. But first things first, I want to see her take a wide.
And then you get your hands out in front of you. The hardest thing for me was being able to ride my elbows like locked.
Lock your elbows out.
Like, cause I used to ride back, like a lot of people ride back here with their elbows unlocked, I guess you could say.
Unlocked,
yeah, unlocked. The hardest thing was getting out here and like dropping my horse down.
Yes.
Shuffling.
Yes.
That's a really awkward position.
Yep. So what we're talking about.
Because I like to ride my hands up a little more, like I like to ride up here.
Yep.
And Peanut, I have to ride down by like my legs. And that's
Peanut needs a
super
steadiness.
awkward.
Right
Yeah.
now. She needs a steadiness. So what we're talking about is if we were riding along, if we didn't have this bend in our elbow,
Yep.
if she straightened her arms,
then she'd get down by his neck and drop his neck down.
right. So see how straightening her arm out would make more of a direct line of communication to his mouth.
To his mouth, yeah.
Right? Right now, this line comes through here, and then it makes a hook at her wrist, and then it comes through her elbow, and it comes
Also,
up.
I think it helps to not get horse's chin. Like, if you're going right up here, you're like working backwards, so you're just getting horse's chin.
Yep.
But like when you put your hands down and like kind of lock them out, it just drops their neck. You know?
So if you think about where her hand is, where this pressure is right there, what we're asking her to do is instead of riding here, ride here.
Right.
Right? So think about where that's going to put her arms. It's going to put her arms down here or down here somewhere. Right? Well, look how much slack we're going to develop in the reins.
A lot. Yeah.
Right? Because this distance right here is going to get taken away.
Right.
So we're going to give that back to the horse.
Right.
Right? So what we would tell people to do is tighten up on your reins so you have contact right there now. Right? So the hardest thing when you're riding, and we've done a lot of videos on moving up and down the reins effectively, you cannot train on one rein length. You got to be able to move up and down the reins. Okay? So when I go to move up on my horse, I go to take up on my reins and do something with her, you've got to make sure that you're being effective with your hands. That way you can turn loose, right? Like I said, I just want to ride with my arms locked right here. I want to slide out, right? And use my reins so I'm always working in front of myself right here. I think when you get to riding up here in this kind of area, it's easy to get off balance and it's easy to be inconsistent. Right? So it's easy to get like kind of like over here, or you get this arm here or this arm wide, or maybe you get this kind of bad habit going.
I feel like it undone,
Undones this.
Undo your horse's neck. That's what I'm looking for.
You undo things. You flip it up. Yep. So this horse is just kind of following her hands up.
Yep.
Right?
I agree.
So you think about the higher this horse's head gets, the higher her hands have to get. Right? And this horse just gets above the bit. That's all. Right? So I think if she straightened her arms out and she tightened up on the reins, then she could have a better line of communication.
She got the horse's withers. And
she could be more consistent with the way she's communicating with her horse.
Yep, totally agree.
So you steady pressure with your arms down, or one more than the other. Difficult to ride low when you have short arms and long torso.
I have a long torso too. It's so, and like I had long arms too. It's so hard for me to like ride like that.
Yep.
It's so awkward.
Yep. So do you steady pressure with my arms down, or one arm than the other? So it depends on how soft my horse is. If my horse is still rooting all over me, I'm not going to let that horse line his neck out.
Yeah, I mean, that's like, because Pete does the same thing. Like, she's just steady pressure with your arms. Use your arm. Like, if the horse is pulling on it. Is that what you're talking
So it says, when you have your arms down, right? Do you have steady pressure or one arm more than the other?
I'm kind of like, I usually like hold one and tap the other one.
Yep.
Like, if I'm going right lead, I always hold my left rein and tap my right rein.
Yep.
And if I'm going to the left, I always hold my right rein and tap my left rein.
So you have to think about, what are we trying to create, right? We're trying to create a horse that leans on the outside.
So like, if you hold your outside rein, that's kind of creating a wall for them.
Yep.
Like, don't go past this wall.
Bingo. Bingo. So, and this is where we kind of get a little bit backwards in this horse, right? And it's super common. We got our inside hand high and our outside hand wide and low.
Yeah.
And what does that do?
You get that twist.
That right there.
Yeah.
Yep. Putting that bend in our horse's neck, right? So she's loping around. Anytime we get our inside hand high, our outside hand wide and low, we're going to bend that horse right there.
Yep.
And we're going to have that neck hooked up towards you guys at the camera. Yep.
Easier for your horse to understand. That's how we want.
Bingo.
Yep.
I think so too. I think it's much easier for a horse to understand what we want. And we are more solid riders with our hands a little lower because you're riding more towards your core, right? You got yourself a little bit more locked in right here. It's much easier to stay balanced when you're out here. It's hard to stay balanced when you get your hands out here. It's hard to be like not loping and wobbly.
Right.
right? When you keep your hands close by, it's much easier to be steady.
Yep. I agree.
Yep. I think anytime you get these wrists, these elbows popped out and these wrists kind of up in the middle of nowhere, then you're just going to have a hard time. You're kind of balancing on nothing. You're balancing on midair, right? Basically, you're balancing off this horse's face.
Right.
If that makes sense. Yep, because that's the only thing that's out there. Okay. But yeah, so I think dropping your hands low would help this out a ton because it's a really nice horse. Just drop your hands low so you can drop this wither down because we look how much chin we have. Right? Head's on the vertical. You don't want any more than that.
No.
We're not looking for any more than that. So this is the big piece you're missing. Yep. Because this is a nice horse.
Yeah, nice this way too.
Yep.
If she just lock her elbows out there and shuffle wide, then she could drop the horse's neck down.
Yep.
And that would be much better.
Yep, for sure. That's the only thing we're missing. So lots more maneuvers. Because look, it sets it down. Look at that neck come back down.
Yeah.
Right? So we know, based on how that horse is loping around when she's helping it, that she's kind of holding its neck up.
Yep.
Right? So it could drop its neck down. But that being said, when you drop this horse's neck down and you work, this hole right there is going to get exposed. That's as far as that outside front should go.
Yep.
Right? That's as far as it should go. But what we're going to get, if we watch this back in slow-mo, you're going to see outside front stepping way in front. Right? This long, there, step.
Yeah.
See how it like locks out in front of it, right? Look how far out in front of it that leg's going.
Yep.
Right? That horse is jumping forward this outside front.
I mean, she's doing the right thing by doing
Indirect turns
and stuff. Yeah.
She's got to do more of them and then make sure you're rocking that horse back more.
Yep.
Because you see that leg lock out there and that outside shoulder just going out in front of her.
Okay.
So if you look, that outside front's actually taking a bigger step than her inside front.
Yep.
Right? Or the same step, I should say.
Yep.
Right? And we don't want that.
No.
Yep. So this is how our horse is falling down in front. That left front falling forward.
Yep.
Yep. If we had that left front underneath of us, acting like a piston right here, just pumping, we'd be in good shape.
I mean, this horse already has like a big sweepy front leg. I can imagine if you got that like.
If you got stood up and swung that around,
it'd be huge.
It'd be a contender.
Legged. Yeah.
Yep.
Super nice horse.
Super nice horse. So thank you very much to Jill Nelson for sending that in.
Thank you so much.
Really nice horse. And then we kind of get this little bend in our body, right? So we're pushing that hip sideways instead of under.
Yep.
So it's hooking our body right there in the middle of our ribs, which means that hip is traveling too far sideways, not enough under.
Yep.
Yep.
Totally agree.
Very good.
Perfect.
But nice horse. And then this
Yeah.
this curl under of our wrist is hurting us a little bit.
Yeah.
We don't want to bend right
Jeremy
here.
always say if you curl your wrists and take a little nail, so
Yep,
you
we
can't.
take a little nail right there. Right? If you guys have a bad habit of curling your wrists like this when you ride, puppy pawing around, right? You can take a hairband, right? Tie a hairband around your wrist, and then put yourself a little pokey thing right there, right? And then every time you curl under, you're gonna get reminded not to do that.
No.
No, bad deal. Don't do that, right? So every time you poke under, right there. Thank you, Nicole.
Thank you, Nicole.
And thank you, Diane. Welcome
you
to the
so
team,
much.
guys.
Welcome to the team.
So coming right through here, if you bend your wrists, you're gonna get poked and reminded, don't do this.
Right.
Because this is breaking the line of communication to your horse. All right? This is one of my biggest pet peeves is riding with the puppy paws.
If Lynn's on here, she'll tell him.
Lynn will tell you. Yep. Lynn gets yelled at
All the time.
for begging for her horse's stride to be good. Please lope good. Awesome. Very good. So yeah, there's the indirect turn right there. Then the hip around foul, but she likes this move.
Yeah, she does.
She does like this move. I'm not a huge fan of it because look at the big bend we have in a horse's neck.
Oh, let's see.
Hey, Jeffrey.
Oh, hello.
Glad to see you tonight. So right there, hooking that neck around. Now we got a big old bend in our horse's body. So this leg right here is the one we're talking about, right? This right hind, when our horse lopes off, has got to go this way, all right? When your horse lopes off, right here, drive to the camera, right? And if you watch this leg, it steps over there, right? Steps somewhere over here. So you're loping off, and you're going sideways, all right? So we can back this up and look at that again. So right here, right front travels forward. See, that's almost a direct sideways move right there. How about forward underneath of us here?
Jim, we gotta take a moment. We broke 100 people on Patreon today.
Awesome.
Yay!
You guys are awesome. You guys are amazing. Thank you so much.
Thank you guys so much. We love you.
All your support. This has been incredible. It's been so much fun.
It has been. Thank you guys so much. That makes me so happy. I feel like we need to do like a huge giveaway next.
We should do a
huge giveaway for hitting 100 people.
Definitely. You guys want a giveaway? You want some swag?
You want some giveaway? You want a giveaway?
We'll do another one.
If our merchandise comes in good, we should give out free merchandise.
Yep.
Or give us ideas.
Yeah, for
or
sure.
free lessons or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
That's so exciting.
That's awesome. Very good. Very good. So yeah, coming through, want that hock to step underneath, not sideways, and that's some of our problem. Now the other piece of this is because these legs.
So loping left lead, hold inside foot and rein, tap
Opposite.
Hold your outside, tap your inside.
Yep. Give away for the secret magical spurs. Exactly. The magical dust spurs. So yeah, hold the outside aids, work the inside, tap the insides. Because when you hold the insides, that horse is probably going to lean on you, right? I want my horse to kind of be lean on the outside of his lead, right? He should be keeping the majority of his weight on his outside legs, okay?
Spurs. Oh, that'd be a good idea.
You can buy a set of hair spurs. I tell you what, guys.
We could do spurs in the sweatshirt.
Yeah, we're gonna do that.
You buy right now?
I'm gonna buy these. We're gonna give these away.
We should give away spurs in a sweatshirt.
Yep.
For just being part of the whole
team. Paid postage in New Zealand. Yep. Yeah. So if you guys want, and this might have to be for U.S. subscribers only.
Why?
Does Harris? Wait. So someone told us.
No, you can't do
that they ship to Australia. One of you New Zealanders or Australians, one of our friends, can you confirm if Harris ships to Australia?
Free lessons? Oh, we have so many giveaways. I think we should do the spurs and, well, I don't know if the sweatshirt would be, we gotta first make sure the sweatshirt's good, because the first sweatshirt we printed off, I should get it.
Yeah, go get it. Go get it.
I will.
All right, so we got 103 people on here right now. I'm gonna buy you guys a set of these. All right, we're gonna do it right now. Okay, so I'm gonna buy you guys a set of these for reaching 100 because you guys are amazing. You've been so much fun. We got 100. No to New Zealand. Yes, they do. That must be yes to Australia, no to New Zealand. Oh, jeez. We gotta find a way to get stuff to New Zealand. Jojo, what would the postage be to New Zealand? Do you know? It'd be a lot, wouldn't it? Like $40. Okay, so here was attempt number 1 at swag. You think they will ship to New Zealand as well?
Okay, it was really bad. Okay, so like the new sweatshirt that we have coming doesn't look anything like this.
No.
Like a whole new logo, like everything's new.
All of us? No, not all of us.
So we got this sweatshirt and it says, okay, so
they really messed it up.
It's gonna look good on camera. They're not gonna really see how bad it is. I won't even wear it in the house. It's so bad.
It's so ugly.
Okay, so it says team.
We want to do Team LSH.
We want to do team. That's
103 spurs for all of us.
Team LSH, okay. And then I wanted like this cool little like hash.
Hold on. We'll do full screen here. Hold on.
Okay. I wanted this cool little hashtag to put on it.
We're gonna be hashtag Team LSH for you guys.
But like, look how red. Okay, let me see.
They'll be able to tell. So let me go.
Look how red.
There's red logo, right? So hashtag Team LSH.
Wait, I'm pulling it the wrong way.
But look how maroon.
Look how maroon that is.
Logo. Oh no.
You can't really tell that on camera.
It's hard to tell. But they're so different.
And then we have a whole new logo. We made a whole new logo for it. We paid someone to make a logo for us. But look how gross that is. It is so nasty.
It was so ugly. And the hoodies were like just bad quality. It was like
it's just the whole thing was just really bad.
We were super disappointed.
But question, would you guys want your name on the sweatshirt? Or because you're trying to figure out if we should do that or not?
Yeah. Mallory, absolutely. So as long as you're using your feet, like squeezing your feet and
Yikes, it's real bad.
And using your calves first, it won't matter what spurs you're using, right? So I would say and you could practice. Yeah, no, that can happen.
No, it's so ugly.
It was awful. So I would practice with your spurs, rolling your spurs up, and make sure your calves are on. So having your calves on there, really important. And then the spurs when you show in won't matter because you got that horse so up, right? You need more at home than you have at the shows. People said yes, name.
Yes, name. I told you, Jeremy.
Okay, hold on. So let's go straw poll. All right. So we're here. You guys can vote. There you go. No, you're good, Mallory. That's why we're here. So here you go. We're going to vote on this. Awesome. Horse's registered name. That's a good one too.
Ooh, that one's fun. How about when you order one, we can like make it so how they want it.
Yeah.
Like if you guys want a name, we can do a name. But if you guys don't want a name, yes, same for Patreon members. Yeah, I think that'd be really cool.
Yeah, so that'd be sweet.
Because Jeremy's like, I don't know if people want their names on
Ask
it.
for name, please. I think so. Lynn, there you are.
There's Lynn.
Lynn, tell them, Lynn, because they don't know. They really don't know. How much do I hate this look?
That'd be honest.
How much do we like this look right here, Lynn? Is this good? Do we ride like this?
No good. No good. Why are we so big?
They want to see it bigger. I forgot to transition it so they couldn't see the sweatshirt bigger.
Oh, here.
Yeah.
Oh.
Horse's name, rider's name.
Do they want it on the front or back?
That's a solid 100%.
Would you guys want it on the front or back?
I'll tell you, we'll do a stream. Maybe tomorrow we'll do a stream where we order the sweatshirts together.
This is what it looked like. Oh, wait, shoot, where am I?
Right there, that's the camera.
Okay, so we have a whole new logo. So this is not even the same logo we're using. We actually have, it's a really cool logo.
We were just doing this to try, like, how can I talk about that appropriately? Exactly.
Okay, but another thing too is I like white sweatshirts, so we ordered a white one.
Okay, so we bought this one. We were just testing the company out.
Yeah, we were testing this company out.
Yep, we were trying the company out
And
because we want to just
look
try
how
it.
red that is.
It was terrible.
Look how like different color red that is
Hold
than
this,
this
so you
one.
hold that. Bring that around.
Look at that. I'm like, oh my gosh, Jeremy, we cannot sell these. That's so bad. And then the front has this. Team LSH.
So we just want to just throw something together and we'll test this company out and we'll see if we like them. They're a bust.
They were awful.
They're a hard bust. Horses are hashtag in front of registered name. That's interesting. It's disgusting. Exactly, Bonnie. The naughty schoolgirl. That's what I want. I want Team LSH and on the back in big letters, the naughty schoolgirl.
The naughty schoolgirl.
Oh no, that's a good point. That's a good point. So yeah, so we busted on the sweatshirts. That didn't work out very well. So hopefully, but yeah. So what we want to do?
Yeah.
So I think how we want on this.
So we got a white sweatshirt. My gorgeous Playboy.
Gorgeous Playboy.
Good.
We got so many inappropriate names. Yeah, that's what I want. Like big sweatshirt, making me Willy Wild on the back.
Yeah. Okay. So what we have. Grit's teeth, Chris under his breath. He turns to me a flashy smile. Mm-hmm. Sounds like rhubarb.
That may have happened.
So the sweatshirt is white, the one we ordered. You can get it in black, but I really like white, so we got a white one, and we have our logo up front. So it's
Hell of the heart.
It's like a big logo right here. So the whole back's open and the whole sleeve's open. So we could put your guys' names like on the back, or we could put it on the side, or we could just put the logo on the back and put your name right here.
I think we should do a build a sweatshirt with everybody.
Here, can I pull up my sweatshirt?
Yes, Lynn. Yes, that's exactly the sweatshirt that was supposed to happen for everybody at the equine review when we went up there.
Yes, we brought it for the equine review, and we got it the night before we left, remember?
Yes.
And I was like, what is this?
It's like, we are not a guilty pleasure.
There's so many.
I think I'm a tramp. Our audience is dirty.
I think so.
Our audience got a lot of dirty, or kiss my dynamic asset.
We had she's a bat girl.
She's a bat girl. Yeah, we have that one.
And certain she's crimson.
Certain she's crimson. That would be at least
boring.
appropriate. We got a dirty audience.
See, I want a fun one for
guilty pleasure.
You have a hair.
It was poking me in the eyeball.
I know. I saw that.
Okay, so all right, we got a little sidetrack. So what we're doing, for those of you who don't know, we hit 100 subscribers on Patreon.
Yes, so exciting.
So yes, Lisa, these are Harris Spurs on the website right now. So what I'm gonna do?
Bobby. Yay!
Thank you, Bobby. So what I'm gonna do for you guys, because you guys are amazing, we're gonna buy a set of these. All right.
Open to what I love that.
We're gonna buy a set. If you guys don't have one of these, make sure you are a Patreon subscriber.
Okay, but what if they do have them?
Huh?
What if they do have them?
They do have them. Then we can buy them something else.
Buy something else? Okay, perfect.
All right. Gotta be famous. So what we're gonna do? We got 115 people on there. I don't know if I have a way to pull everyone's stuff from here. Can we do a giveaway? Let me see if I can just do a giveaway like this. Is there a way to do...
Wait, what are you doing?
We're trying to figure out...
What are you doing?
I literally ordered these things. So Jasmine, if you win...
Wait, yeah, you could...
If you win, we'll just refund you it.
Yeah,
we'll give you the $30.
Or we'll give you like a free sweatshirt.
We'll send you the $30 on PayPal or something. So let me see if I can do a giveaway on here. Maybe not. Maybe I'm not that advanced.
You're letting me down.
Oh no. See, now you guys are trying my technical savvy here. Hold on.
That's so exciting. Thank
That's
you guys
awesome.
so much.
You guys are amazing.
I'm so happy. Yes, I'm hoping that sweatshirt comes in like next week or next week for sure because it's Thursday already. So next week the sweatshirt should be in.
Okay, I can't. So what we're gonna do? Gotta think of a way to do this.
What are you trying to do? I'm confused.
Can you guys? Would it be too much for you guys to sign up as a $1 subscriber on Patreon so we have you? So we have your address and your name.
What do you mean?
Like if we could get everybody as a $1 subscriber, even if you're not subscribed before. So we have your address and your name. So we enter everybody in the drawing. Is that too much? I don't know how to get a list of everybody that's watching right now.
Well, I mean, like we could just draw them and then message the person and get their email and stuff and their address.
Yeah, but I don't have a way to get everyone to say hi right now.
Oh.
All 109, because we got a lot of lurkers out there. You guys are all sneaking around. Got a lot of lurkers out there, 109 lurkers, and we got a lot of people that aren't going to watch it live right now.
Right, it's true.
Okay, so what we're going to do. Okay, don't do that yet. Don't do that.
Like, don't sign up yet.
Don't sign up yet. Let me think. I'm gonna buy these right now so they don't sell out. Exactly.
You better get one now.
No, because I want to ship to their house.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so.
Oh, okay, I see what you do.
Yeah.
Okay.
So what I want to do, because I want to ship it here and then ship it to Australia.
Right.
If they'll ship directly.
Oh, that's true.
I can't see the list of who's watching live
Yeah,
now.
I know.
Just the numbers. There's 94 of you on Facebook and there's 15 of you on YouTube.
We turned Twitch off.
Yeah, if everyone shares the video, we should be able to view all the shares. Give everyone 2 days to sign up and then pick a name. We could do that.
I think that's a good idea.
We could do that.
What day is today? Should we draw on... We could give everyone the whole weekend too, and then draw on Monday.
Gotta go to bed. Just put my name whatever you talk to or else. Exactly. Yeah, they're $30. I'm gonna buy them for you. Don't worry. Don't worry. I'm gonna buy them for you. So it's Thursday. Let's give them until Sunday.
No, let's give them until Monday. Give them the whole weekend.
How about Sunday night stream?
We can do a Sunday night stream.
Sunday night stream. Yeah, liked and loves. We'll do that.
Yeah, let's do that.
So liked and loves, Sunday night stream.
Share it or no?
Mine came with cowboy rounds. Remember I need those rounds. Yes. Cammy, I think they are.
Yeah, and like let's say you were to win Cammy, we would give you something else.
Yeah. I'll tell you what. If you guys are watching this live, put a wow. Don't hit like or love. Hit wow.
Hit wow, the wow button.
And then we're gonna make a list of all the wows. Sunday night we'll draw it. Sunday night on the live stream we'll draw it.
Of all the wows?
Of all the wows. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. That'll be good.
Okay, so only thing you have to do to enter this is hit a wow button?
Hit the wow. Yep. You guys don't have to share it if you don't want to. It helps us out a ton.
Yeah.
It helps out a ton. We got 100 subscribers on Patreon, so you guys are amazing.
Yes, that's so exciting.
So we will buy you guys a set of these and we'll ship them directly to your house.
Comment wow or hit the wow?
Hit the wow. Don't. I mean, you can comment wow if you want.
But... Jeremy, you're embarrassing.
Look, I got this chat whipped up. We got these guys trained.
Wrapped around your little finger.
Yep. How do we win this? Okay, so I want you, you can hit like, love, hit the wow button on the... After the video's done.
Okay, no, but on YouTube, they can't hit the wow button. But can you?
Comment on YouTube. I can't hit the wow. So many people.
Jeremy, okay.
We're failing.
You guys stop. Let me do this. I don't know.
Everyone's like, wow. I don't know if you're saying wow because I told you to or because you're saying wow because we're doing a giveaway. That's what I don't know. The ugly sweater should be a prize. That is true. That is true. We could send the ugly sweater to somebody too.
It's so like if I saw people wearing it in public, I'd be like, oh, Jeremy. So Jeremy, are they saying wow? So I'm assuming they're saying wow.
I think they're saying wow.
They're so busy wow.
God sent your shirt out. All right, see you, Lynn. Good night.
Good night, Lynn.
Double draw. One for the Spurs, one for the ugly sweater.
We should do double draw. Well, I feel so bad saying the ugly sweater.
It's a collector's item.
I mean, we both wore it. It's been used. It's been
true.
worn.
It's got our scent on it. We'll sign it.
We can sign it.
We'll sign it with a white pen. The ugly sweater contest. Have you trained?
You have them trained.
See, look at that, guys. Horse trainer, people trainer.
Okay, so if you either wowed it, typed wow, or wowed the button, we will get you in.
All right, so we don't have a way, I don't think, to export the chat list. So what we can do, is we will make sure that you guys get a set of Spurs. One way or the other, we're gonna mail you guys a set of these hair Spurs. Not supposed to type wow. No, not typing wow. On Facebook, there's a wow button.
No,
I can't see.
If you typed wow, you're still in it.
You're still in. Don't worry.
Okay. So just type wow.
Autographed memorabilia. Exactly. See.
Yeah.
Give a lesson somewhere we can all watch. That's good too.
Give us this. Oh, that'd be fun. You know what we should do?
Don't want your scent.
He's stinky.
I am. All right. So here's what we're gonna do.
You're not stinky.
I got a better way to do this.
You can sign with Peanut and Marley's hoofs. Oh, that'd be so cute. We could just take
cool
little
too.
paint and put it on their hoofs.
That would be cool too.
We should react wow on the live right now. Yeah.
Don't do that.
Just comment wow
do
or hit wow.
Okay, so let's do this.
Jeremy, you're so confused. This is why I have to handle the marketing side of everything.
Very true. Because I'm just like, let's make this happen.
All the giveaways, I'm like, well, I'm trying to like break this down. You guys would think it was the opposite. I'm professional. I always make sure everything's organized. Yeah, if you commented wow, that's great. You'll be entered in the giveaway. We should we should draw it live. Like draw the winner live on Saturday.
Yeah, that's what we want to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How should we draw it? For all names? Wait, are we doing 2 giveaways or 1?
One giveaway right now. This one's for the Spurs.
Okay.
This one's for the Spurs.
Once we hit like another big number, we should draw.
Yeah.
We should do another drawing.
Yeah.
What's big after 100? Like 150?
150, yeah.
Okay.
Yep. I just need to find a good way to get everybody to... That's why I think the Patreon's a decent idea.
We're a little slight disconnect. I agree.
The Patreon's a decent idea because...
We're using the same page, Jeremy.
The Patreon's a decent idea because then we have your name and address already there.
Yeah, I agree.
It's going to cost you $1.
No, Jeremy, they already commented wow.
I know.
Change your mind now.
I know, but I just don't know how to get everybody's name and address.
That's okay. We just won't order. Well, when we draw them, when we draw the name.
We got excited. We should have planned this better.
Yeah, when we draw. Okay, so on Sunday night when we draw the name, then just announce.
Wow.
Just announce the name, and then they can type us their address, and we'll order it for them.
Danielle, the link is above us. Patreon.com/LSH Live should be somewhere over there.
I'm trying to get like a sign made that sits behind us that says like our website and stuff like that.
Yes.
Right, Jeremy?
Yes.
Right. Yeah, message us after for that.
I will absolutely Facebook message you. Yes.
Yeah, so make sure.
In the length of time we were trying to decide, Macy could have written down all the names and I could have typed them in the list.
You could have. Let's draw the name of the person at the end of the video to get back to you. Ooh, that's actually really good.
Yeah.
So if you're not in the live, if you win, you have to the end of the video to get back to us. Otherwise, you get to someone else. What does that mean?
That's hard though, because we got people all over the world. We got people all over the world, so that's hard because it's like people at night, people in the morning. That's the only hard part about that.
Yeah.
We only need one address, the winners. Probably true.
Yeah. So if you commented wow or hit the wow button, you'll be entered in the drawing. It ends on Sunday night whenever we go live. I don't know when we're going to do that. We got to figure that out.
Yeah.
We'll do that off camera.
Yeah.
And then if you're on the live, then you win or no? That's hard because a lot of people are either sleeping or working.
That's what I mean. So we're kind of all over the board. Yeah, we're just gonna do it like this. Bonnie was right. Hold on.
And we can do it. We can do it after. We can do the video lesson.
Yeah, we can keep doing this.
Yeah, we can give them 24 hours to respond to us.
Well, you guys can have all weekend. Oops, I don't want that. This.
I think we are overthinking it. I agree.
All right.
You really gonna type all of them?
I don't know.
No.
How do we want to do this? We'll figure it out. Make sure you share it.
No, it's not sharing.
No. Just make sure you share the video because we'll go through the shares and we'll have it.
Oh my god.
For Patreon. Okay, how about this?
If you commented wow or hit the wow button, you are entered. Now move on.
It's Thursday. We have until Sunday to sort this out. Either way, we're giving away a pair of Harris Spurs because you guys are amazing and for supporting this channel.
Yes, thank you guys so
we
much.
will buy these for you. We'll ship them to your house. We'll draw it on Sunday. We'll work out the details along the way.
Sorry, you guys.
And we'll keep doing some training stuff tonight.
That was a struggle.
Does that sound good? It is getting complicated.
Yeah, don't worry about it. If you hit the wow button, you're good.
We got you guys. We'll get you covered. Let's talk about horses. Exactly.
Yeah, I think we should.
Exactly.
That's your strong suit.
All right.
Okay. I'm going to get some more pretzels or popcorn for this.
Okay, so what do we have? We got more horses. Let's look at... I saved a couple.
Oh, can I pick one?
Nope.
Oh.
You were rude to me. Nope.
Okay.
All right, so we got this little guy here. Big guy, I should say. This big old paint horse, right?
It is a big paint horse.
So I wanted to do this video. Couple different clips that we have. Okay. So let's talk training horses.
What made you come up with the word wow?
Well, no. Don't get me started.
Why?
Because people always hit the like.
Why would you be like, wow, comment
No.
wow?
Because people, not comment wow. People always hit the like or the love button on the video. So if they hit the wow button, they would know that we saw them and they were in the giveaway. So we just look at all the wows.
Yeah, I don't know. Okay, Gears, where can I get a pair of spurs with the same type of shank as the Harris ones?
You should be able to swap out the rowel on the
yeah.
Harris ones. Yep. So what you could do is you could punch the rowel out and put the new one in.
Yeah.
Take a piece of Sharon. Awesome.
This is your boy. Ah!
Very good. So you could punch the rowel out and then punch a new one in with a piece of copper or something. Have your horseshoe punch a new rowel in.
Oh my God,
And that should work. But yeah. All right. So let's look at Sharon's horse here. I really like the way he trots. Now, Sharon, you'll have to correct me because you sent me in a couple of videos, and I really like him in a couple of them, and I don't like him as much in a couple of them. So I'm not sure what the difference is. But, yeah. All right, so I really like the way this horse is trotting here, right? This is slow-legged. This is down in our hands, right? She's got a nice slow post. I like this. Share the site again. Which site, Dawn? The Harris site that I'm buying the spurs off of? This one? Whoops, not that one. Not that one. Oh, that's weird. I wonder why I did that. Here we go. That one. There's the Harris Spurs. And for our YouTube friends, there's the Harris Spurs. All right, so let me go back. I messed that up. Shoot. Where'd we go?
It was in files you had to save.
No, it was in my Facebook.
We are a hot mess.
We are a hot mess.
We are in the Hot Mess Express tonight. Where did it go?
Where did it go? That's so weird.
Wait, scroll up a little bit. Just type her name.
Where did it go?
What happened? This is embarrassing.
What happened?
Our stream should freeze again. Please freeze.
Please hit the technical difficulties button.
Please freeze.
Here we go.
Okay, got it. Oh my gosh. Anyways, I'm eating. Have you guys ever had cherry cheesecake? Ooh.
You have another piece?
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Super, super yummy.
All right, so we're here. We're back. So we have this horse trotting around. I really like the way he's trotting, right? So when we're trotting around here, we want this horse to be dropped in his neck and I want it to be long, low strides. So this horse could be trotting a little bit harder. When you're trotting and you're posting around, I want to see kick on the way up, okay? So when you're posting, remember the time you spend on the bottom of the saddle, the time you spend coming up, and the time you spend in the air, that's all your horse's stride, right? So we want to pay attention to our horse's stride going around here. So like down, following that shoulder through, following that leg all the way through, right? That's that horse's stride. So I want you to kick as you rise up, all right? And it's actually kind of tricky to do. So she's doing a good job of that here. She taps her feet as she comes up out of the saddle. A little higher post, a little stronger post would slow his legs down a bit more, right? But for a big old boy,
yeah, and he's
that's
gorgeous.
A big old pretty halter looking horse, right?
Yeah.
Like that big boy is doing a good job right there.
Really good.
Okay, so I really like that. He's staying down in our hands, nice and quiet. I like that a lot.
How is he bred? Really pretty.
Yeah, super pretty. And the still pictures of him are even prettier. Like he looks like a halter machine. Okay, so then loping around, again, for such a big boy.
Oh,
I'm impressed.
He's pretty.
Right? Doing a nice job here. I would want to see his neck drop down just a touch more.
He's good legged.
Yeah, very good legged. But this is nice and slow legged, right? That back end swinging through, I like it a lot, right? So that's what we're talking about. We say this outside hind shouldn't cross in front of our inside hind, okay? Outside hind should not cross in front of our inside hind, okay? And there is a good example how you see that, right? That comes together and skip, 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 skip,
Yeah.
right? So I really like that.
It's a really nice horse.
Really nice horse. Really well trained, right? There you go. So the outside front doesn't cross in front very long right here. Got good V's in this horse, right? Good V's in this horse. So this is a good example of a horse that, I mean, I don't know how he's bred, but I'm guessing it's not pleasure style, right? I'm guessing he's not pleasure style. I'm guessing he's not hunter style because he's such a beefcake, right? So if he's got a little bit of halter bloodlines, this is a perfect example of a horse that no matter how they're bred.
Yeah, those legs are swinging.
Yep, swinging from up high. He's invited back. Okay, yeah. But he's a big boy.
Yeah, he's huge.
Right? Watching while lunging my colts. Nice.
Oh, that's awesome.
So what is he on the bottom side? Because he's massive. So right here, these legs are swinging from up high. Perfect. Yeah, you got it.
Super nice horse.
So I want to see this leg. I'm drawing on my background. So I want to see these nice V's, right, when he lands. So when this leg travels back forward, it's going to travel right up under here.
Right.
This hind leg is going to travel right up under here. And look at that powerful V in that front end, right? That outside front is holding the ground all the way under her saddle.
I love his back end. Like, he just really swings.
See that? So that's really important. So we talked about that in the last horse, right? If I go back to, whoops, wrong button. Loading up my programming. So if we go back to this horse that we watched, see how that leg steps way out in front? Outside front, way out in front? We want it to hold the ground all the way underneath. Look at the difference in the V's.
Yep.
Both horses loping, right? Both horses loping. One with a really deep V. Look at that reach.
That's a really deep V.
So when we talk about stretching your front leg out, we talk about extending our stride. It is not this leg that we're talking about. Look, that foot is not any further out than his nose.
No.
But look at the difference in that profile when this leg holds the ground way up underneath there.
Yeah, for sure.
Right? When that leg holds the ground all the way underneath of you, this is what we mean when we say opening your chest up, opening your shoulders up, right? That's what we want, okay? So keep that in mind when you're evaluating your horses. You're only going to get this leg out so far. It usually has a hard time going past the point of his nose, right? Almost always that leg's going to have a hard time going past the point of his nose. So the only leg that you can really control is this one back here. So we want to tighten up our horse's stride, right? This leg and this leg landing close together, okay? So that's what we want. This is a great example of it. So I'm very impressed here, swinging those legs.
Super nice horse.
Yep. If you wanted to make him a little more round, a little better, you could drop this down.
Yep.
But I would not penalize you for these legs at all. Right? So you're in good shape with these legs. I would just want that neck to be down just a touch.
Yep, I agree.
and just kind of stay down. So when you're working with him, that's going to involve dropping this neck down further than what you're looking for, right? So that it can return back to here on his own, right? But this is a good example of what we talk about. We say this neck has got to be lower than his butt so he can lift his back, all right? So we want these legs swinging from up high.
It's a really nice horse.
Really nice horse. Very good. And not only that, but this looks like a lot of fun to ride. Like I would want to ride this horse. He looks like he would be a very pleasant ride.
Yeah.
Okay. Very good.
Choose the other direction?
Don't know. So then we go to the other video. Again, not the world's biggest trot.
No.
I'd like to see him work just a little bit harder here, right? Because I don't feel like he's going to get sweaty here. I feel like he could do this all day. Right? He could probably maintain this pace.
Comfortable here.
Yep. He can maintain this pace all day long. So we want to push this trot just a little bit more. HF, artistic motion. Oh, wow.
I don't know that one.
Yeah.
Do you know that one?
Whatever it is, it throws big babies.
It does.
Yeah.
So pretty.
Really pretty horse. This is a good trot. But it's more of an X style trot. Like I wouldn't mind seeing this be like pushed on a little bit more for the hunter.
Yeah.
Right? He's got to give us just a little bit more like oomph here when he trots for the hunter.
Yeah.
Okay. And a lot of that's going to come from our rider pushing him up. So Shane, we want to make sure we drive his legs up a little bit harder. As you come up, cluck. As long as he's staying slow-legged, you're in good shape.
Yep.
All right? When my horse starts to scramble, my hunter horse, when they start to scramble, I'm going to bring them back to where they can slow his legs back down and then try to push him out again.
Okay.
All right? So it's always trying to ride that line, ride that motion and say, you know what? My horse can't push out any further than that. So we're going to bring him back to where he's comfortable like this, where he's slow-legged, and then push him back out.
Okay.
All right?
Yep.
Very good. Okay, so then we have him here in the trail.
That's cool.
Yeah. Big old horse doing some trail. He's handy, isn't he?
He looks like it.
Kind of hard to see, and
Yeah.
it's kind of far away. So that neck right here, right? So he kind of comes up above that bridle. So this is what we're talking about, where your horse gets above the bit. We want to fix that in the snaffle first. Drop that neck down in the snaffle further than what you want, so he always stays under the bit. Yes, Elaine.
Yep.
I usually sit trot during the training to drive my horse up. Yep. Absolutely. And then I use my seat to push his legs. Yep. So always sit trot, teach him to seek the bit, teach him to drive his legs to the bit, and then start posting once they rate back to me. All right? So I don't show. Let me see that picture. So this is me, right?
Jeremy
There
did
it is.
English.
There it is. I will not show a hunter horse if they can't suck back to my legs. All right? So if I don't have a button where I can squeeze my horse back to me, I will not show a hunter horse. Okay? So if they won't push out when I cluck and follow my seat, and they won't hug back and come back to me, and I have those breaks always where that horse will lift and roll back, I won't show them. Okay? Because I feel like I'm on a runaway then.
Yep.
All right? I want a horse that stretches and sucks back. Gotta have those two things.
Right.
Okay? So for this horse, being able to set that neck down a little bit will help a ton where he can't get above the bit, right? And then, because then he'll just handle a little bit sharper here.
Yep.
And he won't look like he's out in La La Land.
Right.
Right? He gets his neck up a little bit, gets out beyond where he wanted to be.
Yep.
Okay?
Yep. I agree.
So, yeah. Good. I think there was one other video. Not the trail. This one. So this is, this one. So this is the same horse trying to do pleasure.
Riding Western one-handed is hard for me.
Yes. Only second trail pattern. Oh, yeah.
That's good then.
Nice. Yep. So riding one-handed, this will go easier for you once we get this neck down.
Yep.
And we can really see this horse struggle this neck up, right?
Yep.
So I would say drop this neck down really further than where you want it, right? A lot further than where it is. So he has to learn how to carry a bridle around.
Yep.
Right? Because right now it just looks like he doesn't really know how to carry a bridle.
Right.
Okay?
And like maybe a lot of hip runs for this horse to be really good too.
Well, I think once you get his neck down, then he can free his belly up, which will free this back end up.
Yep.
Right? Because he's a little tight behind when he starts going slow. We lose a little bit of our drive.
Yep.
Right? But I think dropping his neck down and I might hold my outside foot and kind of tap my inside.
Yep.
and get him, like, because there's a couple good steps in there.
Yeah, there was like right on that.
Like right on that corner, right here. Right there's a good step.
Yep.
And then he just falls out of it once he has to go a straight line. So drop that neck down and teach him how to roll up because he's going to be really good up front.
Yeah, and he's just really, you can tell in the first video he was really good up front.
He's going to be really good up front. So just getting him to where he's great with the trainer, sure. That's fine. You're doing a good job. Just want to drop that neck down.
Yeah.
Yep. Doing a great job. Just drop that neck down. So in this video, though, I don't like this trot.
No, it's a little too fast.
Too fast.
Yep.
Yep. Too rushy here. I want to see him suck back. Come back to me because this is flying around.
Yep.
Right? I actually like your trot in the other video better than this one.
Yep.
He's got a bigger trot here.
Yep.
But this looks a little out of control for me.
It'd be a little better if he held the ground a little bit longer.
Gotta hold the ground.
Yep.
Hold, float. Hold, float. Right? This doesn't look like he's working out of his shoulders to me.
Right. Yep.
Okay? So even though it's a bigger trot, it's going faster.
Yep.
Right? I don't necessarily think that that's credit earning.
Right.
Right? I think it is a higher degree of difficulty to go with slow legs and work from there. So I want to see him suck this horse back. Gracie, we're just doing this for you guys during the quarantine.
Yep.
So if you send us your video in, these people are not necessarily Patreon subscribers, but normally we would do the $25 a month subscription gets you all of our videos and monthly critique.
Yep.
But while we're quarantined here, we want to give a little bit back to the community because the horse industry can't be at horse shows. So we're just doing this for everybody. So send it to me on Facebook, and we'll get to it. Can't promise we'll get to it soon because we have a lot of them. We'll try to get to as many as we can.
Yep.
But yeah, so a little bit fast-legged for me. Like he's better here on the corner, but when he gets down this back route, he's cruising.
Go back to the other
he's
video.
hauling, right? So when you go back to the other video and you see him, I just like this trot a lot
Sounds
better.
like audio.
Yep. I'll mute it. So I just like this video better. Right? I just think this is a better trot.
Yeah, I like this shot better.
Mm-hmm. It doesn't look as insane, like as out of control, right? Like trotting to me, I want to see float. Float and stretch. Okay? Float and stretch.
Yep.
I don't want to see...
Like this one he seems floaty and stretchy right here.
Mm-hmm.
Like he's kind of holding ground longer.
Yep.
This is a pretty trot. I like this trot a lot.
Yep.
Yep. Super, super nice horse. I
Nice
want
horse.
to ride it.
Very nice. It looks like a blast.
It does.
Yep. Very
I
good.
love how big bodied it is.
Mm-hmm. Like you're going to crush some halter with him too.
Yeah.
Much smoother. Yes. It's just more pleasant. The whole thing's more pleasant, right?
Oh, it's even pretty headed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's gorgeous headed. Very good.
Yeah, I really like that.
So yeah, just dropping that neck down, right? Get that neck drop down, but I mean this
is gorgeous.
This is his class though, right? Like even if he didn't crush the pleasure, he should do well enough in the hunter and he should win every class you put him in.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's a really nice horse.
Mm-hmm. How tall is he? 4 being at the low? Just not stepping through all the way, right?
Not here. He's not 4 beating.
No, not there. But here, yep, he's just not stepping through all the way. So you have 3 beats, right? We have those 2 legs laying together.
I wouldn't really say it's 4 beating.
Yep. He's just not generating a lot of lift behind, so he's just a little bit flat. He's 17 hands. Wow.
Oh, pretty.
Yeah, so I mean, you got to think about it. This is a massive horse. We don't need to go this slow.
No. I mean, if you just step up a little bit harder behind, I would, it's really nice look because he's really good up front here.
Yeah. Like if you had him at this position.
Yeah, right? Oh, yeah, like that one stride. Yep.
Right? There.
Yep.
Like it's in there. Let him push out.
Yep.
Right? Let him push out.
Yep.
Okay?
Because he is a bigger horse and he's bigger legged, so he's going to have
17 hands. Yeah, he's going to have a hard time. There you go. Because if you look at the diagonal pair, he's still 3 beating.
Yep.
Right? He's just not got the flow.
Yeah, like the lift.
But he's not going to have the flow going that slow. So keep in mind, we don't need him to go this slow.
Yep.
Like you can drive him up and let him move on. Let him be him. Right? Don't try to make him into a 15-hand pleasure horse because he's never going to do it as well as they will.
No, and like those 15-hand pleasure horses aren't going to be able to move like him.
Right.
And the hunter.
So show this horse where he's comfortable and say, hey, like it's right there.
Yep.
Boom.
Yep.
Like I just want to, right there, just push him on.
Yep.
You know? Create that horse, you can push him up. Very good. That's awesome, Sharon. Really nice horse,
yes,
though.
please send us a video soon.
Right, because we can look at this horse and we could, like, you could watch this video and be like, oh, I don't really like this horse, right? You could be like, nah, he's not going to be good in the pleasure. But then you see him here.
Oh, you're like.
And you go, no, that horse can lope.
Yeah.
He's just not being put in positions good for him.
Yep.
Right? Because look at him behind here. He's
and you
wicked
gotta say
behind.
he's wicked behind here.
Great behind.
Like
great up
wicked
front.
behind.
So make sure, that's a great example of putting your horse somewhere where he's comfortable.
Right.
right? Show off your horse to the best of your ability, not what other people think your horse should be, right? Pleasure is not about going slow.
Right.
It's all relative, right? So
like you want to take this slope and just slow it down.
Yep, just slow his legs down, make him hold the ground a little bit, round up a little bit harder, and more drive up.
Right, yep.
Right? Because here you can see his back end fully engaged.
Yeah, it looks like so much fun.
Yep, looks like a blast. And what happened is people kind of think like when you go slower that you got to not engage so much.
Right.
It's actually the opposite. If you engaged him more from here, you'd go slow.
Right, for sure, yep.
Right? And the other lope is just kind of being asked to go slow.
Right.
Right? And I want people to know the difference between going slow and saying like, no, we're going to lift up.
Right.
Because we lift up, we'll be covering less ground.
Right.
Or are traveling more slowly, I should say. Yep. Yeah, Philip, this is incredible.
This is amazing.
Really nice horse. But yeah, so the Western lope, just got to push him up a little bit more. Don't think that to go slower, you got to work less hard. Right? Don't lose your impulsion or your drive because you're going slower. The trail, I think the biggest thing for the trail, for me, is that he's got to, I want to see him drop in the bridle a little harder. Yep. He's got to stay down the bridle a little bit more, which will help you a bunch, right? With your steering and your guiding, because he kind of loped right there. And don't think you're supposed to. So he's just up above us.
Yep.
Right? He's just a little bit up and above. And then making sure you're just planning your way through. Like if you watch when you come through here, you come through, we swing a little bit wide, and then we end up back over this way, and then we got cut hard across.
Right. Yep.
Where this should have been just a little bit smoother in there. We come around, make a little bit easier entry into there, because we end up whipping back across and then back around. And that harder turn, because he's out of the bridle, leaves him more on the bridle. Right? When your horse is out here and you go to pull him across, he's going to reach the stretch more, and you just kind of end up like you're not going to make that turn.
Right.
And that's where we ended up, right? We kind of just didn't make that turn the way we wanted to.
Right.
Yep. Because we get just a little bit too far over with our hand. So when you're working on one-handed horses, guys, all I want you to think about when you're riding is rock your shoulders up and back.
I mean, like the only thing we do with our hands if we're riding one-handed, like we just go up.
Yep.
And like that's really it.
Yep, just rock your shoulders up and back, right? So when you're coming through, you're riding, just lift your shoulders to you. The rest of your turn really comes out of your foot, your seat, and your eyes.
Yeah.
Right? That you come through here and then there.
Yep.
All right? So don't think about like steering and going there.
Right.
All right?
I don't think like steering and be like, oh, I gotta go here.
Yep.
Yeah.
You don't want to steer that way one-handed because you're always going to dump them over and forward when you do that.
Yep,
right?
I agree.
So whenever you steer and you go like this, they're going to go and fall over. So I would much rather lift my shoulders, rock them back to me, and use my foot and my eyes and my hips to turn that horse across because I want him to turn off his back end.
Yep.
And if we could turn there, he would most likely stay down on the bridle a little better, and he would turn more crisply for us.
Right.
And we wouldn't get caught out of position so much around those maneuvers. Right? Because like he's good going straight, and he guides well if he has lots of room, but this is a massive horse.
Yeah.
So you can't steer him out and down over there, or he's not going to make the turn.
Right. Yep.
Right? The rest of it looks good. Like he's really good minded through this.
Yeah.
He's staying really quiet.
A nice horse.
It looks like he enjoys the class. Yep. But that's what I would work on. Saying like, and see here when he turned too, right? We're way over across his neck. We're just going to leave his neck hanging over here, and he can't turn.
Yep.
Right? And like any box is going to be hard for a huge horse like this, but I mean, he does a great job getting across there.
He does a really good job.
Yep. And especially when you turn a trail box, I kind of want to look back over my back end because you got to pivot around both ends.
Right.
You can't plant a pivot foot when you do a trail box. You got to pivot around both ends. Right? So I want his feet to seek the tops of the box. Right? He's got to seek the corners with his feet.
Right.
Okay? And when you get your hand crossed over too much, you just kind of lose him out there.
Right. Yep, for sure. How would you guys define the difference between rhythm and cadence?
Rhythm is...
You can go to that video if I look around.
Yep. Rhythm is the beat of your feet. Okay? So I would define rhythm, if I wanted a horse to be rhythmic. Okay? We watch him lope around. Rhythm is going to be right there, right? Then these two balance legs hit the ground. There's your rhythm.
Right.
All right? So if you think about...
And I'll have one for one hand turning. Awesome.
Perfect. Good, Dory. Good. So if we think about, if we make a metronome, okay? This is rhythm. All right? It's the difference between the beats. All right? So that's rhythm. Okay? When we rode our horses, we loped our horses around. You have my phone.
Oh, yeah. Was it, I think it was
89 or something?
No, I think it was 80 something.
So we have Equilab, if you guys haven't seen this app.
This is a lope that we had to push up like this. We weren't going
Yep.
slow with one yet.
Yep. So you guys saw this on my horse.
Yeah, have you guys used the Equilab yet?
Yeah.
I'd love to know what you guys thought about it. Or what your rides look like. Were they a mess or were they pretty
Right.
the same? You can do the jog beats per minute.
Okay, so this is good. So that beat that I showed you right there, 96 beats per minute. Okay? That's my loping. I don't know if you can see it on there. All right? 96 beats per minute. So this is my ride on a horse, on Charlie. You guys saw me ride Charlie. I went 3.3 of a mile each gear, right? And my speed for my trot and my lope was very consistent. But see the steady increase in beats per minute, right? 54, 78, 96. I was 96 beats per minute loping around on Charlie. All right? So this is one of my rides. I went 1 mile, 20-minute ride. That's what it looked like for me. All right? So what we want to do is we set a metronome, right? You could ride 96 beats per minute. Sounds like this.
That's probably about right. The pace you're going.
And I would say that's consistent for this horse too. Tick, 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 tick. See that?
Yeah.
So when you look at your horse's legs in rhythm here, we could look at this and say, I broke my belt clip. Oh no. So we could look at this and say, you're loping the same speed as my horse, 96 right there. Almost identically. I walked. Yeah. It did that for me when I was riding Peanut too. Yep. Did that for me when I was riding Peanut. So when we have that tick, 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 right? That's the rhythm of your horse. All right?
Yeah.
Which means that cadence would be how consistent is he?
Right.
Right? Does that...
Where did you guys put it?
I kept it in my front pocket and it worked pretty
Yeah,
well.
I put it in my coat pocket or in front.
Yep. Yep. So then cadence would be how consistent is that? Does the horse have the same 3 beats? Da-da-da, 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 da-da-da.
Or could you say cadence is like how the horse holds himself up?
No.
No.
Self-carriage. Rhythm and cadence. Rhythm versus cadence.
Shoot.
Yep. So I want a horse that has good cadence, that he's got 3 beats on his own. And I don't want to slow my horse down so that he loses cadence.
Okay, so rhythm is like the timing.
The timing.
Okay, and then
Cadence is how consistent is that timing.
Okay, that makes sense.
Does that make sense? That's how I think of it. And I think my lope was 110, 111 beats per minute. So yeah, so my lope on a horse that I was training on, my training pace was 96. So that's going to be the speed of your footfalls, right? So that's what I truly work on a lot, is slowing my horse's rhythm down. The cadence should never change. The cadence should be 3 beats,
Okay.
all right? So that's the difference. Like 3 beats is the cadence, and then the rhythm.
Yeah, I agree.
Makes sense? So I hope that helps. And whenever I feel the cadence on my horse get rocky, then I start pushing my horse back up. A bit faster, keep him correct. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
But keep in mind, a bit faster doesn't necessarily have to mean more beats per minute.
Right.
So if I'm going to push my horse up to keep him correct, I'm not going to push up my beats per minute.
Right.
Because the faster I go, the slower my beats per minute should be.
Right. Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
Does that make sense? So think of miles per hour and strides per minute, because those are 2 different things, right? I could go 10 miles an hour, right, and cover ground, but you can friend others on there and share your results. That would be sweet.
That'd
be really cool.
You could friend all of you guys.
Yeah. So we could, and you guys can see my patterns when I ride too, like the circles that I make and stuff. So I think if you jog cadence 1, 2,
1, 2.
Yes.
1, 2, 1, 2. So
Yep.
instead of clear 1, 2, 1, 2. Yeah.
Yeah, I would say that a good jog cadence, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Exactly, Bonnie. More up, more air time should be fewer beats per minute. Exactly right.
Yeah.
So we want to decrease the beats per minute as much as possible. That's the speed of your legs when they lope.
Holding the ground.
Holding the ground,
Yep.
right? When we watch this horse lope in slow motion, right? If we watch this one back, we put it in slow motion, right? Tick, 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 right? That's a slow beats per minute.
Yeah.
All right. If you get your horse to lope in slow motion, that's kind of what you want to go for, right? Those horses should be loping in slow motion, right? But a bad jog cadence would be more like 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 2, and 1, 2, 1, 2, right? That's bad cadence. A good jog cadence would be 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, and it's really clean.
Yep.
Right? So I would say the more cadence to your horse is at a jog, the more straight in the saddle you should sit. Right? Because your legs will do this on the sides.
Right.
If your horse's cadence is a little off left to right, you're going to do this on the sides.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree.
Yep. So I would work on, Jojo, when you ride, drop the beats per minute, because I was physically going fast on Charlie.
Hey, you were pushed up.
I was going fast, but I wanted to keep my beats per minute down. Yep. So when you ride, I would try to keep the beats per minute down. So then I had another ride.
I also count 1, 2 for jog and lope. For lope, 1 is up and down is 2.
Yep.
Yeah. Yep. That's perfect.
Yep. Because, like, and Sarah, that's an interesting point, because we think of a trot as having a 2-beat gait. Right? But you still have a diagonal pair when you lope.
Right.
You could still theoretically post a lope.
People do.
People do, right? So she could go up, 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 up. She could post that.
She could post that.
Because there's a diagonal pair, right? So she could come up when the inside or the outside front comes forward. Yep. She could do that, and people do.
People do.
Right? So that's kind of what I'd be thinking of, is that diagonal pair, and that's what you're thinking of. So what I want people to understand is the up and the down of the stride of the lope.
Right.
Find the up and down. If you don't find the up and down, if you can't find this in your lope, then you're probably not getting, yes, Jeffrey.
Yeah, I don't think you're getting much lift behind.
You're not getting much lift.
Yeah. So you want more
Cadence is the beats the music. Fast waltz or slow waltz. Yep, exactly. Exactly. So we could watch my ride here. If we go back to my thing here. This is 2 separate rides.
They're so big.
Okay, so 2 separate rides. Here's ride number 1. This was April 5th. I went 20 minutes. Okay, 20 minutes, 1,500 strides. You could see my speed and my beats per minute. All right, 54, 78, 96, 3.2 miles per hour. All right, so that was April 5th. Okay, so then if I go back, I go to my April 3rd ride. April 3rd, another 20-minute ride. You can see how consistent I keep my horse. 54, 75, 98. All right, I rode the exact same mile. I went 0.2 miles per hour slower at my trot. My lope was the exact same speed, exact same beats per minute. All right, so we talk about rhythm and consistency. I'm not saying that I'm at the top of my game, right? I'm not saying that I'm the best, world's best trainer ever. But if we're talking about being a professional and saying, I'm going to create rhythm in my horse, when you can come out and ride for 2 separate rides for 20 minutes and be within 1 beat per minute, and that's pretty close. So we got a beats per minute. I'm letting that horse carry himself around, right? That's what we're talking about.
Yeah.
Okay? So when you ride, you want to be rhythmic. Okay? Be rhythmic.
Have rhythm. Thing?
Yeah. Let's make us smaller. You don't need us that big anymore.
Perfect.
Okay? So how do you fix a side-to-side rock? So it just means your hinds are dragging out behind you.
Like this way?
Yep.
Yep.
If you're rocking side to side, I would say that your horse is probably leaving his back legs out behind him. And I would want to bring that weight up and back and get that back end driving up.
Yep, for sure.
Yep. So yes, more light bounce in the jog rather than rock side to side. Because if you're rocking side to side, thanks, Sharon.
That is pretty cool.
Yep. So like in the loping his horse around.
And like getting your belly up will help fix that side to side to side. So it'll come up more underneath of you.
Yep. Absolutely. Very good. And see, it's just this little wave right here that we want to get out of it.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yep.
Because the rest of this looks amazing.
Yeah, it does.
Okay? Just drop this down right through there and you've got a winning horse right there. Like easily winning horse right there.
Oh, for sure. For sure.
Yep.
And that
Cool.
will also be why she pops her head, her hind end over ground poles too.
Yes.
Yeah, for sure.
100%. Yep, 100%. All right, so I got some more videos.
More videos?
More videos that we can cover. Let's go here. Let's go out of this because I haven't pulled up. Where did they all go? Let me find Facebook. There we go.
So I match them to your beats for a minute and see if I can get that. Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Yeah. Set it to 96 or 98 and see what that feels like. Yep, and ride with your metronome on. Because that will help you a ton.
That will help a lot.
Yep.
Do you have more videos or just pictures?
Yes, I have another video.
Are you sure?
I'm fairly certain.
It's
It's going to be this horse. All right, so here's our next horse. And this one suffers from the same thing we've been talking about, right? So we want to load him up here. Make him a little bigger. All right, this is the same problem where we've got this top line that's slightly elevated, right? We want this down right here. This horse, again, would be another one of those that's very hard to one hand for me, right? Because we're bowed up right here. And you can see the muscle engagement in this horse, how it tapers off as he gets further back to his shoulders, right? So this horse is using his neck right here to go around.
Right. Yep.
That piece of his
There's a
neck
lot of muscle right there.
fully engaged,
Yep.
right? I do not want this piece of my neck fully engaged. I want my neck nice and relaxed across there.
Right.
I want this fully engaged,
Right.
right? Make him use this piece of his neck,
Right.
okay? We don't want him fully engaged right here.
Right.
And we can look down our horse's neck and see that muscle taper, like it's like this, not sure, and then all of a sudden, boom, we're really using this right here.
Right. Yep.
So the horse is having to use his neck to go around, right? And we'll be able to see when he lopes too.
Yep. For sure.
If we lose the watermark, thank you, Savannah Kavanaugh Photography. Courtesy of. So right here, we can see this horse using this neck right there. So that's just broken down right here. Too much this right here.
Yep.
Right? Ends up with this bump right there.
Right.
Right there. We end up with a hump right here. And that horse is going to use, as this leg travels forward, it's all going to go up through there.
Yep.
And that's what happens when your leg gets out in front of you when you lope.
Right.
When this outside front steps out here, he's going to come up through his neck up here.
Right.
So I can always watch the pole of my horse and know whether my horse is traveling flat or not.
Right.
If my pole is elevated and it's coming up and it's rocking to me, I know that this knee is coming up and down.
Right.
It's doing this,
Yep.
right out in front of me. Okay? So this leg is going to travel out here and then bend, and it's all going to bump this up here.
Right.
If this leg stayed underneath of him, then it's going to pull up, it's going to pull this up, push that up into the air, right? Rather than push out in front.
Yeah.
And that's literally what we're doing. We're saying we got to get that outside front under control. Keep that outside front underneath of him so that it doesn't affect his neck,
Right.
right? That he doesn't have to lift his neck to lope around, right?
Do you have the video though?
I think I do. I have to look for it a second.
I don't remember seeing a video pulled up. That's a pretty horse.
Yes, that app
It's
is called Equilab.
It's a really cool app. I wish we're on my phone. I want to see what my beats a minute were.
Yeah.
My beats a minute were just a little slower than yours.
I think so.
I think they were.
Yep.
They were like
Pretty sure.
80. Was it 82? Was mine?
Yeah, I think so.
I think mine was 82.
I think so.
I'll try it tomorrow on. We should do the video of me and Pete getting a lesson sometime this week.
Yeah, it'd be good.
It's right there?
Very good. Nope.
Nope.
Not that one. I started. Not that one.
You started?
Yeah, it was one of the start ones.
Nope.
Not that one.
Okay.
Not that
Nope.
one. Too many start ones.
Nope.
Nope.
Too many videos.
So many videos. Oh no.
Oh no. Is your mama on?
I had a video. What's that?
I said, is your mama on?
Yeah, do you own this horse? If you own this horse, let me know.
Yeah. Maybe they didn't send a video.
Yeah, might not have.
Yeah. If not, we can just go over the picture of it.
Yep.
Yeah, there's a
Oh, no video. Okay, yeah. So I would work on getting this piece to drop down, right? We got to get this horse to drop right here. Because look how high this is up here. Right? So we end up high here and just touch high right there. We got to get this dropped in, right? If we could rotate this horse's neck down, then he would be able to lift his back up.
Right.
As it stands right now, he's going to push all this up and through, right? Up and that way. And then all this is going to have to go up and through to counteract that.
Oh, this is. I don't know. There's no video.
Oh, you own him. Do you have a video of him by chance? Because I would venture to guess he's going to use his neck like this.
Yeah, I have a video. You can send him.
We gotta get him. We gotta get him to drop in his neck.
Yep, for sure.
And that will help almost everything you do with him. Yep. So, because like you got a lot of lift here, you're making a ton of lift. But this to me, like when you drop his neck down, like if you were just to target his neck, just do side passes and get his neck working to the side so he can break in his wither. And you have this much lift without lifting your shoulder, you're gonna feel like you're going right over the top.
Right. Yep.
And that's what Peanut did to us.
Yeah, that's what she did. Yeah.
We got her to drop here, right? And then we had so much lift behind, it just kind of like pushed us up over through the top of this.
Right. I did.
Yep. So he looks like he's got a big old powerful engine back there. So I would make sure that this leg can lift into the air.
Right.
So that's gonna be those indirect turns we talked about earlier.
Yep.
Lots of those indirect turns we talked about earlier. Indirect turns, and then you want to get this broke down right here. So we got just a little bump right there, right? But other than that, I mean, he looks like he'd be a nice horse.
Yeah, I mean, like, I love a picture of him. It's so pretty.
Yep, he looks like he'd be a really nice horse. Just get that bump out of there.
Yep.
Make him use this part of his neck instead of this part.
Right.
And I'm glad you sent that picture in because that's something that so many people struggle with, right? They like to get balled up in their neck. You might have your work cut out for you. I would put him back in the snaffle.
Yep.
Right? Because if you have a shank bit on there, he's probably going to fold up right here.
I feel like that makes him kind of racy too. You can't really roll him around and stuff like that.
Yep. So I put him back in the snaffle. If he hides from your snaffle, you got a little bit of work to do getting him to poke his nose out and trust your hands.
Right. Yep.
Same thing we were doing.
Yeah, with Dubs, we had to put a rubber snaffle in him for a little while.
Yep, for a little while. We put him rubber snaffle and rolled him around. Yep.
Do you want to do a different video?
Yep. I had a couple stars.
That one. It's this one.
Let's see what I got.
That's cute.
Yep.
This is a too sleepy to zip.
Yep, we got too sleepy to zip. Let's move you. Let's move you. Perfect. Pause you. Load you. All right, so we got ourselves a big old too sleepy here.
Looks young.
Young horse, yep. Really cute jogger, right? Really up and down. Really upright jogger.
Do a video on indirect turns. Ooh, let me look on my page.
We have not done one for you guys yet. That was going to be this week, but there are quite a few on our Patreon page. Yep, quite a few on Patreon.
Let me look real quick while you explain.
So this one right here, I really like the way he jogs, right? Here's that up and down we were talking about. See how she doesn't do much left to righting? She's a lot of up and down. You don't see her hair swinging from side to side, right? So a horse is a really cute jogger. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Very good. Gets his neck up a little bit.
We have a whole video on indirect turns on our Patreon page in
Yep,
Nova Scotia with what's his name again? Was that Frank? Was it Frank?
Is that Franco?
Frank. No, it wasn't Franco. It was Frank. Was it Franco? Maybe it was
I
Frank.
don't know.
But yeah, we have a ton of videos on our Patreon page of doing indirect turns. We want to do indirect turns, what is it, tomorrow, Friday?
Yeah.
We'll do conquering tomorrow, then maybe indirect turns.
Yep.
Awesome.
Yep, that'd be good. So yeah, really, really lofty jog, right? Really up, like really using his body jog. I really like this. And a lot of that's gonna be natural. Like, it would be hard to make that. Right? Just really up and down jog.
And
the
like, lift is really good.
You see where he just hangs his neck out there? Really cute jogger. If anything, I would watch this horse trying to be a little lazy behind. He's not here, but he could be. He could get that way if you don't keep him engaged.
Yep.
Right? I don't know how old this horse is, but he looks like he needs to get a lot stronger.
Yep.
Right? He looks like he's kind of narrow made. He's a little finer boned. I would say he needs to just work on getting strong.
Yep.
Right? Because he's probably super handy. Yep.
The video on loping is really cute.
Yep. So then we lope him around. You small, you big. So here loping, I want to see him drop down his neck. And this is one of the limitations. I don't know if you guys can see, but she's got a training fork on.
Yep.
All right. One of the big limitations of a training fork is it's really hard to get your hands wide and drop this neck down.
Yeah, he looks big.
Yeah, he looks really tall.
Is Mama on here? What's her name?
This is Chelsea Joe.
Chelsea, are you on?
So yeah, Dawn, I agree. If her hands were wider, it would benefit her. But that's the problem. Like her hands, she came in pretty wide right there. Yep. But with the training fork, it keeps them narrow.
It keeps them narrow. Yep.
And this is, like, Macy loves training forks.
I do love training.
And I had to yell at her because she wanted to ride Peanut in a training fork, and it doesn't work for Peanut.
No, because Peanut needed, like,
to
be
come
wide
here and get
loose. The training forks was like, I like doing, like, the finishing work. Like, I love, like, putting all, like, the button and everything, getting all ready for show season. So it was hard for me to go training mode and, like, take that off. Because training fork helps, like, make a lane for you. And it helps you kind of, like, get to, like, one-handed.
Yes.
Because the lanes are so small.
Oh, Chelsea, perfect.
Yay.
Good deal. So right here, having this horse, having him in a training fork is not going to do you a lot of good. I'm going to drive to the barn, lunch, and ride.
Oh my goodness.
We're better than the radio. Awesome. Yeah, so having your hands, like, you come up on the inside and out on the outside, right? And that causes a little bit of problems for you because the fork doesn't allow you to do that.
Right.
Yep. So I would probably take him out of the fork, and I would probably drive him up a little more because you're losing your cadence.
Yeah, you can see how he'd be really good behind though. He's a little a little more oomph.
And he looks like he's made super upright. So, like, he's gonna be good behind. He's got skip back there, but you end up losing a little bit of cadence. I'd probably push him up a little bit and make him bend in his wither a little more. Make him break in his withering. Make him get loose right here and open those legs up. Because it looks like you're trying to say, you know what, I want to put him together in a show package. Okay. And I would say he's not ready for that yet.
Not yet.
Not yet. He is jogging.
I say he's close though.
Absolutely jogging. And there's a couple strides in here where I really like him. Like, he's really good behind right there. Just make sure when you take a hold, like, because he'll do this on his own. Like, your hands are down, he's doing that on his own. When you take a hold, make a bigger job.
Yep. Like, take a hold, get with your feet, get a big movement, and then put it out and let him practice.
Yep. And that was one of the things that Jill Nelson in this video, one of the things I really liked about what she was doing was she took a hold and she, like, put some work in, right? When we watch this one, I guess we can watch it in full speed. I would much rather see people, like, take a hold, like, get some work done, like, take a hold, drive it through, and then set it down and let it carry itself.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, she's going to put some work in here, then she's going to pitch it away and say, where am I at? Right? And I would much rather see people ride like that.
Right.
Right? That way, you're not chasing your show position.
Like right there?
Yep. She says, okay, what do I have? Where are we at?
For sure.
Yep. This is a much better training style to me, and I think this horse understands this better.
Right.
Right? That horse is like, okay, see your lick and chew?
Yep.
Perfect.
Perfect.
That's what I'd rather see.
That's good.
Yep. So I'd rather see you, like, work, actually put some work in till you feel something change, and then drop out. Re-up in America safely but soon. I agree.
We agree.
So right here, work, out. Work, out. Set her down. See what you got. Right? So I might hold, like, you'll see me do that when I ride Peanut. I'll take a hold till I feel the change that I want, and then I'll put it down and leave it alone.
Right.
So, like, right there, I like that. put her down. We're in just a little bit longer than I want.
Right.
Because hard for her to know where she's supposed to be now.
Right.
Right? Hard for her to know where she's supposed to be. There you go.
There you go.
Out. Yeah, perfect. And then evaluate. Say, okay, does my horse run away? Does she lose her balance?
Right.
What happens? And then I'm going to take back a hold. I'm going to get back in. I'm going to say, okay, let's go back to work then. Right? How long can you hold it on your own? So when I'm coming around, if I'm thinking about that same kind of theory here on a horse like this, I'm going to take a hold. I'll drive him up. Take a hold. Drive him up and then set him down.
Right.
See what I got. Take a hold, drive him up, set him down.
Yep. Agree.
Good lope off though. Yep. So that's where I want to be with him. Okay. So if we're looking at this one, because it's hard to know, like when.
Like you got in there a little bit, but you could get in a little more.
Need more.
And ask for a little bit, and then put him down.
Yep. Just need more. Okay. So like, I don't feel like we hit the limit of that horse at all.
I was kissing too.
Yep. I don't feel like we hit the limit of that horse at all.
Right.
Right. So I want to come in and like drive it up and then set it down. Okay. Make it a button before you make it a habit.
Right.
Okay. Make it a button before you make it a habit. And then it'll be much easier. Because as long as that horse does something when you come in, I want to ask for a little and get a lot.
Right.
All right. But we don't want to be in the opposite where we're asking for a little, getting a little.
Right.
That's not a good way to train or ride or anything. Ask for a little, get a lot. Ask for a little, get a lot. And keep doing that over and over and over again until your horse can carry himself at a high degree of difficulty. Because he's fallen too far below right there.
Yep.
Right? He's fallen too far down past where I would call this an acceptable lope. And I would say, I'm going to shut that down. I'm going to shut that down. We're going to rebalance because he just fell all over right there, right? He just tipped over.
Yep.
Especially if you compare it to how much we liked him right here.
Yeah.
Right? Like I really liked him around this corner. Right here, stepping through, step, step,
Yeah, he looks
step.
really good.
Really good. And then like here, he just got left alone too long. So he said, Mom, I can only go 4 strides on my own.
Right.
And that's perfectly acceptable. That's
Right.
totally acceptable, totally normal. Okay? So if we have to reset him after 4 strides, I'm good with that.
Yeah.
Right? Stop, turn, back, something, push him around, whatever. Right? I'm good with that. All right.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Hope that helps. If you have any questions, let me know.
Yes. This is another one we have.
What's this one?
Pretty horse.
Got a blonde horse. Yeah, puts up in the video which takes hold. Because yeah, that's a really nice horse. I really like it. All right. Stirrups are a little long. Stirrups got to come up. Good, Chelsea. Good. No problem.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Stirrups got to come up on this one. We're riding too long-legged. We can't get our legs in.
What's your name?
This one. This is, we're talking to McKenna.
McKenna. Perfect. McKenna, are you on?
So we got to pick this stirrup up. You can see where she's reaching.
Yep.
Reaching for that stirrup. Like we're towed down and we're just in cruise control.
Yep.
Right? So don't get towed down when we want to be, like especially right through here.
Yep, toe down.
Yep. When you end up right there, see where that leg is towed down, right? Yep. Bring the stirrup up, it'll drop your heel down, right? So if we take this and we say, okay, we run this through our little bits and spurs demo.
Oh, you're here. Yay.
Awesome. Very good.
Pretty horse.
Very pretty. So if we come through, let me wipe my background out. Oh, let's not do it like that. Let's just blow you up. Move you over. Okay.
Can you see that in the chat?
Yeah, should be able to.
Right.
Yep. So right here, we can see where this leg is reaching. I'm on the background again. This leg is reaching through here.
Yeah. You're towed down. So you're always reaching for horse's belly.
So you're right there, and the strip's right there.
Yep.
Right? So that means you are riding out of your rowel.
Right.
Right? So we think about those spurs that we're riding through our rowels in that angle.
Right.
Right? I want to challenge you to bring your stirrups up so your foot can sit like this. So you ride that horse off your shank and your calf can make contact then. Right? You can ride that horse out of your calves because then you'll be a lot smoother making entrances and exits into your horse. Right? Because if you are riding like this, you're going to be poking them most of the time. Right? Because your shank and your rowel just kind of like jabbing right there.
Right.
And you're going to have a hard time getting underneath and really helping that horse out. Mm-hmm. Right? So keep that in mind right here. We want to bend this leg down so we get more contact through this part of our leg.
Right.
Okay? Because right now, this is going to hit. It's actually going to hold this part of your leg off.
Off. Yeah, you're not going to be able to get your calf on.
Yep, not going to be able to get that calf on. So that will help a lot. Just right off the bat. It'll make a big change in your riding. Probably at least one, probably 2 holes.
Right.
Most
Probably 2
likely.
holes.
Probably 2. Yep. All right, so let's go back to our ride.
I never thought of that. Yep, for sure.
Absolutely. Because this inside leg doesn't seem to be so bad.
No.
The outside stirrup is too long, which is strange, but that happens. Like on my saddles, I get on and off the left side a lot. My saddle's 10 years old, so my left stirrup is stretched.
Stretched.
The leather's stretched, right? So if you got to keep that in mind when you're riding. If you get on and off your left side a lot, or you have an older saddle, the stirrup leather is going to stretch. Okay? So you might have to pick up your left stirrup 1 hole or 2 holes to even it out. Right? Just something to think about. Okay? So we're loping along. Really good behind,
really
right?
good behind.
A couple good steps right there. You got a lot of lift back there. I like that. That's something to build around, right? So you can see her kind of step her hip in every now and then. This is probably a good example of I'm not loving the bit choice here.
Right. Yeah, me too.
Or rather, I'm not understanding the bit choice, right? Like, because we aren't really working with it, right? So I want to make sure that we're choosing equipment that makes sense. So if we have this neck, left is always up higher, right leg. Yeah, see that'll happen. Yep. We still have this neck up, so we got to watch that. So we got to make sure our hands come wide first. Got to break right here, right? If you guys notice, that's kind of been the theme of most of our videos is break at that wither.
Right.
A lot of people don't have that wither, which it's really hard to get you back if you don't have the wither. Okay? So watching her lope around here, we've got to get this horse opened up.
Yep.
All right? So that right there was a good example of what we're talking about. When you watch us lope straight at the camera, okay? And this is an angle that not many people think of their horse in. When you watch her lope straight away or towards the camera, see if I can get a good pause. Back up. A lot of lift.
Yeah, lift.
A lot of lift on this outside hind. That's a good thing. So we want to... There. Perfect. Okay, so the reason why we would want to open this horse up a bit is because we want our horses to lead with their hips, all right? So when we ask horses to go around, if you were coming down the rail, oops, there. Okay, if you were coming down the rail, this leg needs to be flying this way, right? You can look at this leg and see how it's flying this way.
That way.
So if this is our horse's midline, right here, do you see how this leg is crossing through the midline?
Yep.
All right? Which means when you're making that corner, your hip is spinning out.
Right.
You're shearing out.
Yep.
All right? So think about it like if you're in a go-kart and you're power sliding the corner.
Your hip sides out.
You're Mario Kart in the corner and you're sliding around, right? That's what's happening. So you got to think of your horse has got to stay up and through your corners.
Right.
All right? If you're power sliding the back end around, you're going to lope and that horse is going to be tripping itself up.
Right.
All right? And that's why I think that's a lot of why you see like the tail swishing and stuff. This horse is frustrated. It's having a hard time loping that line because we're crossing into the midline.
Right.
We're just getting in our legs way.
Yep.
Right? So I would be spinning this hip around, getting this captured up over here so that this leg flies straight ahead, which would be this way, rather than in the midline, which is this way.
Right. Yep.
Right? So more push and catch that hip so that leg flies straight.
Yep.
And we talked about that in the counter cannon video. Counter cannon would be really good for this horse.
Yeah, really good.
Right? Because I want to see her pushed up for a little bit, for a little while.
Yep.
I think she's moving just a little too slow for where she's at. Right? And you can see it when she lopes that. Like there's just a couple strides right there that have to reset. This leg is kind of stepping in. Yep. And then make sure you're like riding your circle or your straight line. And that's a super common problem where if we trace your steps back, we'll pause it here. We'll grab the whole arena. And this is something that happens a lot, especially when you ride indoors. Okay? So if we trace our steps back and we go here, and we say, okay, how did we come through this line, right? Where was our horse traveling? So if we go, okay, we're going to be the green line. This is where our horse went. We loped off right here. We came through over here. We looped around, came through over here.
Right.
All right. So is this a circle? Is this a straight line?
Right.
What are we working on? Right. So remember that if you rode, like I probably wouldn't lope off right here in the first place because I got to think, okay, I'm going to lope off and then I got to turn right away. Right. So how many strides does my horse really get before I run out of room? And I got to handle him and then reset the whole lope.
Right.
You know, because every time you have to make one of these, you got to reset the whole lope. Right? You got to re-angle, reset up on a new line. Things have got to get set back up so that horse can be rebalanced. So keep that in mind, especially like when you go show. Right? If you're coming through here, how many strides can you get before you have to handle that horse? You know? So if you were trying to lope off and you were angled, oops, let me go back, go forward one. Where's redo? Redo. Okay, if you're coming through, I might set my horse up and like turn and stop and back and spin my hip and turn and stop until I'm here. And then I'm going to lope this line. Right. And you can lope that all the way up there. 1, 2, 3, 4 strides. I might stop. I might turn to here. Back turn, back turn, back turn, back turn. And then lope this line. Right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 strides across there. Right? So when I said that you guys are riding in smaller areas, think about your whole arena. Use your arena, right? So especially when you're in an indoor, it's really easy just to get to falling around the arena. Oops, too far. Control Shift C. It's really easy to get to just kind of falling around the arena. Right. You know? And then are you working on a circle? Are you working on a straight line? How is our horse going to get rhythmic and consistent if we don't have a plan with where we're going? We're just kind of wandering around through here. Right. You know? So I wanted to challenge you to say, okay, we're going to ride around these poles a bunch of times. We're going to work on our circles. We're going to set up 2 poles. We're going to go around the poles. Yep. Right? Set them end to end and work on a circle. Yep. Right? Set up these poles so you have 1 pole here, 1 pole here, across, oops, let me go, let's say we'll move that pole here and here. All right? And we're going to work here and here. Right. And then maybe set up 2 other poles so that they are here and here. Right. And then work there and there. Right. To say, you know what? I'm going to make sure that I pass really close to this pole. Right. My leg needs to pass really close to that pole. I need to have a foot stepping close to that pole all the time. Right. So that you can work on making your circles around there. And what you might find is you get some circles that are out here, and then some circles that are in here, and then some circles that are like this, right? And you might find that, wow, I really wasn't planning where I'm going yet. You want to keep doing these until you get a circle made, right, in there. Right. Yep. Okay? Sure. And then challenge yourself. Okay, so that's one exercise. Then set up some logs here, oops, here, here, and here, right? And lope in the middle of these logs to keep yourself from tipping over.
Yeah, and then when you get to the bottom, you can like turn around, lope back, and you're always kind of like shaking the horse back onto its butt.
Yep. So I might lope this line down here. I might get to the end. I might do an indirect turn, and then I might lope this line down here.
And then do a hip
around, and then lope this line down here, yep. And then do an indirect turn.
And it could be like 5 strides, and that's perfectly fine. Mm-hmm. We do a lot of that.
Yep. But you just want to have something there to keep yourself honest so you catch these. Your horse just tips over. Yep. That's what you'll find. Yep. If you set the logs up like that and you make a lane for yourself, you'll find yourself tipping into that all the time. Right. When I feel my horse tip into it, I go wrong, indirect turn. Right. Wrong, indirect turn. Wrong, indirect turn, side pass, something. Yep. Get off that, right? So when I'm riding, I'm always having a plan in mind saying, okay, I'm going to lope off. I'm going to lope straight to you. Here's where I'm loping. My horse needs to stay outside stifle, right here, inside shoulder, right there. Outside stifle, inside shoulder. Outside stifle, inside shoulder, all right? And what we might find is when you're doing that line, if you had something in mind like that, like you could set yourself up a little wall of logs right there, right? And what you might find is you go to lope your horse off, and you start here, and you lope off, and you end up over here, and then you go over here, and you go over here, and go over here, like this. This is what it looks like loping that line, right? Until you get to where Dubs was in our video, where we loped and our legs flew straight.
Right. Yep.
All right? So you could set up a camera on a tripod down at the end, right here, and video yourself loping at that line.
Yep.
And you might be shocked at how your legs do that little pinball across there. Or you could find that your horse crosses over really hard this way, and then I would side pass this over, take that back, and start over here, and try to lope back up.
Yep.
And if my horse tipped back over, shut it down, side pass over, try to go back up.
Right.
If it falls back over, shut it down, side pass over, lope back up.
Right.
Until you can just lope along that line and be really clean.
Right. For sure.
Okay? But if you're riding inside, it's really easy to get in that habit of falling around the arena and just not planning. And that's what I think would benefit you the most in this ride.
Yep. Yeah, I think so too.
Because see how we're just kind of always turning?
Yep.
So then when we go to the horse show and we try to go straight and our horse struggles.
Right.
Right? So even down this line, we're straight, turning.
Right.
Immediately. We only went 2 strides straight.
Right.
Look how much rail we have.
Right.
Right? So this horse just kind of learns to fall. And this is the curse of indoor arenas.
Yeah.
Right?
The same problem.
They just learn to fall because we're like, okay, well, I guess I'll just come through here. And we're just always turning. Always.
Yep. Always
turning. This strap's too long too.
Yep.
See that toe down?
Yep.
Yep. So we just end up like even through here, we're just turning. Oops, froze it. Too far. Even on this line, like turning, but not like rotating onto our hips.
Right.
Just turning.
Yep.
And then it's just a lot of handling, right? If you ride like that, you could say, okay, I'm going to handle, ride. Set her down.
Yep.
Let her carry you. Handle, ride.
Yep.
Set her down, let her handle you. No, I am absolutely saying keep your horse hip to the inside. Absolutely have to have a horse hip to the inside.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is keep your legs flying straight. And there's a difference.
Yeah.
All right? So when she comes through here, this mare's a little better to the right than the left. So this is hip on the inside.
Yep.
I love this. All right? Now, if we were to take this and we say, okay, where are we at? Let's take this horse right here. So we're here. What I want to see is I want to see 3 tracks. So here's track number 1. This is my outside front leg. It should be coming through here.
Yep.
Ropes, here. Okay? Then we have outside hind, inside front should be coming through here. Then we have inside hind should be coming through here. Like that.
Okay.
That's how the horse should be loping down the rail. Okay? So if she were to keep coming down this rail, that's what I would want to see.
Yep.
All right? We can go to the video and see. Oops, I opened that again. Always hit that button. We come through. See, when we change shape within 1 stride. Right? So within 1 stride, we are now in a different position. Now we're loping somewhere else. Okay? So we compare these two side by side. Now,
because like the first pictures are really good. Like it's nice shape.
this is great shape.
That's a great shape. Yeah.
Yep.
That's awesome.
Great shape. But now we look at this one. Now we are loping here. Whoops. Almost straight here. Right? And then remember our horse steers outside front or outside hind, outside stifle through inside shoulder. So where does that line pointing? Well, that's going here.
Yeah.
Right? And then we go, okay, so inside hind's making a track. Do you see the difference now?
Yeah.
Right? That's position.
Yeah.
So because
your first picture, McKenna, is great position.
Perfect. This is where you want to be.
Did a
And
good
then you
job
just
with it.
maintain that all the way down the rail.
Yep.
Yep. So, McKenna, can you see that? The 3 lanes? So we have lost and crossed up the lanes. And this is what you're saying, like I would want to push this mare's hip around and get her to give her hip a little more to the inside so that her inside hind leg can fly straight.
Right.
Because in the second picture, it's no longer flying straight.
Right.
Now our lines are getting crossed. Right? So our horse is kind of loping into itself. And this is what happens when a horse lopes into itself. Right? everything changes.
Yep. I love the first picture.
This is fantastic.
Really good. Yeah.
If you could maintain this stride for 2-3 steps underneath of you, that would help a ton.
Yeah, you'd be doing awesome.
You'd be doing great, right? Because we really like that horse's hip coming on the corner.
Yeah.
It's just she can't hold it on her own.
Right.
Yep. So because we know she can't hold it off of our feet, we're going to change this equipment to a snaffle. We're going to ride closer with our reins. We're going to help her out.
Perfect.
Awesome.
Good.
Does that make sense though when you use logs like that? That'll help you a ton,
Yep.
right? Because if you had a log sitting right here, it's an honesty log, right? Have a log sitting right there.
Okay.
And keep this leg closest to the log.
What?
Good. Very good.
That's awesome.
Okay, so we say 3 tracks, right? That's what we're talking about. Yep. So this is your little honesty log. This is your friend.
Yep.
Okay? You could set up a little line of logs right there to help you out. Do I like working trail on young horses to work lines? It's not a bad idea. Not a bad idea at all.
No, not bad at all.
Mm-hmm. I generally don't work a lot of trail on my young horses just because I don't want to teach them to pick their feet up real high.
Yeah.
Like I'm not going over logs. But if you work trail like work chutes, and that's basically what we're telling her to do here is build yourself a chute to lope through.
Yep.
That'll help you a lot. Yep.
People from Canada and we did the clinic with the
We took all of our youth girls and set up a little chute like that and we made them lope a chute.
Yeah, it was really fun.
Mm-hmm. Yep. That you could like lope a chute, come through here, loop around, aim back for the chute again, go back through. Yep.
To cross those on, would you stop and push outside hip or push?
This horse, I'm going to push this shoulder across.
Yep.
Because I see this horse falling in.
Yeah,
you're going to need both.
Yeah, you need both. Yep.
You're going to need both. But I look at her position. See how we're like that? Shoulders are dipped. Hips are dipped. Feet are dipped. See that?
Yep.
So I'm going to fix this up here by making a wall here and pushing things over.
Right. Yep.
Right? Because look at the difference. When we liked her position, look how you're riding.
Like super straight. And like your arms were nice and low and locked down.
Yep, arms are level. So you know she fell in because look at your hand switch.
Yeah.
You feel her falling over.
Yeah, it went like that.
So you did this.
Yep.
Right? So keep that in mind. You know, and then people always say like, oh, how do I feel it? You feel it, look.
Yep.
This hand got higher than this hand.
Right.
Because your hands are almost perfectly level on this one. But your horse was level.
Yep. To be very sad about mom for his business.
Yep. Yep. Tell mom. You have video proof now. You can switch back. As long as you're working the snaffle.
Yep.
Yep, working the snaffle. Get her broke off your feet. Because you want to be able to maintain this frame. Because this looks really good, right? Our neck is down. Our hip is under. We've got good bend in our body.
I love that first picture. Like that's a
good shape.
A good shape.
Yep. Everything's just got to keep going this way.
Like if you could get in a snaffle there and shuffle and go to your feet and call those, she falls over, side pass, things like that, you'd be in good shape.
Yep. And that's why I say like, that's why we don't work on the rail much. Because this horse is going to fall this way. We know, if we could see in the future, remember we're riding to the next stride. We're riding for where's the next stride going to go, right? If we look in the crystal ball in this very moment, you could say, where's my horse going to go next? If you knew she was coming over here next, you could stop and side pass that over, right? But if you pin yourself against the wall, there's nowhere to go.
There's nowhere to go.
Right? So keep that in mind. When you're riding, that's why we ride in the middle. So that I have room, if I need to push things out because they fell in and then take up a new circle.
Yep.
Make sense? And then if it falls over again, I can push things out, take up a new circle. Falls over again, I can push it out, take up a new circle.
The Audi sign.
Yeah. Does that make sense? Because otherwise, you're going to get over here, you're going to be like, oh, shoot, my horse is falling in. I got to push it out. But you have a wall right here. You can't push it out.
Right.
You're going to bounce against the wall. Right? You can't get out. You're going to be stuck, trapped against that wall.
For sure.
Okay. Very good.
I hope that helps.
Hope that helps.
Send us an updated video.
Yeah.
Work on it for a little bit and then send us an updated video.
Yep. So that's going to be, you want to push your inside shoulder out when you feel the inside shoulder fall. But I don't know that we have enough hip control for her to maintain her hip on the inside. So it's probably going to take both.
Yeah, so doing a lot of like hip rounds and side pressing and shoulder control.
You're gonna need all three. You're gonna need shoulder, body, hip control.
Yep.
You're gonna need all three if you want to make this frame
all the time.
Right, and this is, I mean, this frame right here. This is a plus frame. Okay.
It is. Really
if you
nice.
get your horse to maintain this frame, you're getting all of it.
Yep.
Okay. So A+, gold star.
Good
ugly
star.
This is what we want.
Yep.
Okay. Not this.
No.
Okay.
Yep.
Very good. Very good.
That is perfect. We're
Awesome.
gonna be live tomorrow.
Hopefully, weather cooperating.
Tuesday.
Weather cooperating.
We have a shoer coming,
Got Stuart coming.
And
Got the vet
the vet
coming for
coming.
rebreed.
so we'll be busy for
Yep.
a little bit. But hopefully tomorrow, later in the day, we can go live.
Yes.
And then we'll probably live again tomorrow night.
Yes, we'll definitely be back tomorrow night, doing more viewer videos. Hopefully, getting some updates from everybody that's been riding.
Yeah.
We'd love to see the progress. We can compare old videos to new videos. Especially Megan, I want to see your difference in your ride.
Yes, me too.
And we
You're
can go
so
from there.
welcome. Thank
You're very
you.
welcome.
Nice horse.
Very nice. So hopefully that helps, guys. We are going
Yeah,
to.
and don't forget, you can comment wow or like wow.
No, not comment wow. Don't comment.
Either one works, and you can be entered in a giveaway to win those hair spurs. These,
Yes.
Whatever.
So thanks to you guys,
we hit 100 subscribers.
105 subscribers
105
now.
now.
Sean. So this right here, you guys are amazing.
Try to read down there.
You did this, 105 subscribers, 105 patrons on Patreon.
So
right?
awesome.
So you guys have been amazing supporting us. They don't think they saw that.
I know.
Okay. So 105,
Yes, please send.
perfect. 105 people on Patreon. You guys are amazing. Your support has been
thank
incredible.
you so much. It makes me so happy.
So we are going to do a giveaway.
Giveaway.
I'm gonna buy you a set of these. We'll ship them to your house. These are from Harris. We'll buy
Thank
them
you
for you guys. You guys have been awesome. That drawing will be on Sunday, I
Yep.
believe, and we'll go
Sunday
from
night.
there. Sunday night.
Yeah.
We'll
so
go
just
live.
comment wow or like the wow button, and you should be entered.
I ordered mine because I don't win anything. Don't know.
You never know what if
You
you
never
won.
know. I'm the same way. I never win anything.
Me either. Me either.
Awesome.
Thank
Very
you guys.
good.
We love you. Have a good night or day.
Yes, night, day, evening, afternoon, whatever it is, wherever you are in the world. This has been so much fun.
Yes,
I'm Jeremy.
thank you. I'm Macy.
This is LSH Live. We're helping you guys be better riders through the whole quarantine deal. We will be back tomorrow,
We will be.
probably around the same time,
Probably.
8 Eastern.
Or maybe in afternoon's time for just a
Yes.
counter canter video.
Yep.
And the horse we're gonna do tomorrow, probably if it's nice out. Comment wow or like wow. Either one. You can do either one, whatever you would like to do.
We'll go back through the comments. We'll make sure we get everybody's name.
Needs a lot of hip rounds and stuff. So that will be Piper tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep. That'll be
That'll be a good one to tune into.
Yep.
Really good. But thank you guys so
That'll be
much.
good.